brother. You're saying we're live. Listen, I have bad news for the people out there. We have not recorded our cipher yet.
I got a hot verse in the group chat.
He's seen some of my bars.
You have like 6 great starter bars, yeah.
Were you impressed by a couple of the things that I penned?
First of all, like just the mere fact that you are sending me bars.
That's funny to picture, right?
The fact that you're taking this serious.
Wait, did you take this outside of the chat?
Yes!
It's been outside.
I didn't want Remo to see. I didn't want Josh. I didn't want anybody to see except him.
Yeah.
That's a different type
like
of connection.
Cheating. That's cheating.
Listen,
That's
I might
cheating.
have some bars that are like your eyes only.
Yeah.
But a couple of the bars, I was like, Lush needs to review these. Maybe nobody else. I want to keep it.
I'm not going front. Like that shit, not only.
Yeah, Eminem shit. Is this light black enough?
You know, I'm a non-rapper. But when I do rap, I'm a lyrical genius.
Yeah.
Look, Adam, at the end of the day, it was born long enough ago. We're not going to disclose ages. We don't do that around
I'm 40 years old. I was born in 1983.
He gives a fuck about the way people perceive his penmanship and lyricism, and he knows when it comes to analysis of high-level lyricism, there's nobody that can match the knowledge, intellect.
A flush one.
Thank you.
Minus the F, and that's not a gang reference. You feel me?
But okay, I feel like I'm over rapping a little bit because one of the lyrics I sent you, I rhymed tutelage with Pete Buttigieg.
But that was gonna be gone by the time we like.
So you think that will get worked out?
Yeah, that'll get that.
Okay.
Look,
I was thinking about taking it on myself because I had like one good bar that ended in tutelage, and then I'm like going through my head like what rhymes. I'm like Pete Buttigieg, he's gay.
Look, he's like Ghostface Killer level right there.
I sent y'all my bars like this. I was one eye open.
No, usually
I'm gonna just start rapping to
That's
the
how
chat.
you do all your creative endeavors.
I'm like, yeah.
So you mean you were
I
more?
just start rapping to the chat because nobody else is in here. I come like 12, 1 in the morning with like 8 bars for you guys.
No, the bars were fire as hell, but it's dope to know that you were like more coherent when sending that text than you are on the podcast. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Nah,
don't do it like that.
here. I'm here. Check the clips page. I'm here to stay.
You are.
When I blink in and out, it's worth it. Let me rest.
Hey, he do keep a good clip in the stash. Okay, that is one thing that you can say. All right. The other day, I was arguing with somebody about current no jumper versus prior no jumper, right?
Yeah.
And that was one thing I said is I was like, listen, all these names that you're naming off as if they are indicative of when no jumper was so great, I'm like, show me one time that any of those people had a clip that got like a couple 100,000 views of them just like giving
Doing
their
that.
opinion on something. And I was like, Bricc Baby, every week it's like there's a topic that he'll get like 200K plus on a clip. Now, I'm not saying...
He said it, not me. I'm not saying it's the greatest.
I'm not saying that's the only thing, because obviously there's vibe, there's, just like how likable you are. There's like a lot of different things in a podcast that could like, justify like how good or how bad you are. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, listen, I got a clip monster. People really want to hear what Bricc Baby got to say about a whole host of different street stuff, whether it's Florida, Chicago, LA, whatever. So I'm just like... That's something. You got to give it to him. That we've had a lot of people on this platform, and I feel like you might be like the most clippable.
Collecting ops like
I
Pokemon
agree.
Go, state to state.
Not ride my own coattail, but I agree. And it's like I was. Somebody called me wanting to argue about their numbers versus mine. This week.
Really? Oh.
And it rhymes with fanning, but it's loose.
I kind of figured. Yeah. You said you were bigger than him, and he didn't like that. Right?
Like that.
Pause.
I just had to send them numbers. I'm like, dude, you spoofed the world. Any spark that you had was because you came and told the biggest lie you could think of. You cannot put that on the same level as me. Never lying. Like I might lie to my girl, but on here we haven't had stuff that was disputed that came out of my mouth to his level. I might have said something that
You might have said that 6 ATK members got killed in the course of a week.
What is that?
No.
Bodies dropping every 3 hours.
I didn't say Julio best friend FaceTime me right before a dude from AT. Like, come on, bro.
The lies were less elaborate. elaborate for sure.
It's
You
less
feel me?
elaborate.
Like, yeah.
No, but he had plausible deniability. He saw a
definitely
YouTube
did.
clip.
Yeah.
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 Also, welcome back to the podcast, Ghostman.
Sheesh.
Yes, I stole that joke from the chat. I'm
Gunna,
sorry. But this is our boy Gunner.
Hi. Hello.
He's not a gunner per se.
That we know of.
Says who?
He's more of like a style gunner.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, he works at the shop, holds it down there, been doing a lot of short form content, man on the street type stuff. So I figured, why not? We got to get Gunner in here. I feel like there's something about Gunner that I like. There's a lightheartedness. There's a looking like Ghostman didness.
That does really
I
good
think
for me.
that I think he's like Gunner's a breath of fresh air in the sense that he brings us back to the original spirit of a lot of the core
Oh, I like that.
contingent
Oh, yeah.
of what No Jumper was all about, while transcending to a modern era. So really, Gunner, FYOBIE.
Well, no, because okay, this is part of the thing about Gunner is that I feel like he takes so much pride in being into like really, really underground stuff.
Most def.
And sometimes
Like most deaf.
Sure, most deaf many years ago, right? Exactly, Gunner. No, yeah, that's a good point. Not so underground anymore, but at one point, yes, for sure. But I feel like that's something that when you look at all the No Jumper personalities, you have Killer, we have like R. King
Hell
Von,
yeah.
you have
Junkie.
a battle rap junkie.
I'm just a cooler. I'm not a killer.
You have like
Cooler.
old culture vulture. You have a person who will not be named who lays on the bed with his butt cheeks in the air, lubed up, greased up, ready to have somebody walk up and play the bongos. Which I still, we'll get more into that, but I don't see what's wrong with that. But it's like, okay, now let's get underground shoplifter guy.
Hell yeah.
What is that clothing line?
Haunted Starbucks.
Haunted Star.
Yeah.
See,
Haunted Starbucks.
all I'm saying.
Do you have a top 5 net spend songs?
There's this like net spend disc that probably has like 100 likes on Spotify. It's so funny. That's probably one of my favorite net spend songs.
Fire.
But it's not even by net spend, so it's great.
Not even like
I love it. I'm lost.
doesn't miss
I
a
can't-
beat. Cites how low the engagement is on his favorite song.
I'm real early
And,
sometimes.
but
And
did
you ask for a Netspend song. He tells you a song by an op.
Yeah, he's
and doesn't even name the op.
thinly veiled, not so thinly veiled, Netspend diss. You feel me? Like blatantly saying,
Shout out
like,
to
what?
Netspend,
Like,
though. We fuck with you.
Like, look, he basically called me a boomer in a polite ass way.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, because they're about to call me a boomer. Because like
You don't know who Netspend is.
Yeah.
No, but that's
Is
good.
that like a spider that be spinning like
What, a
spinning
boomer?
net? Spin with the net like a spider.
no,
no, he's on the net and he's spending, right?
Oh,
Okay.
or is
that
it
sounds like a
like
trick.
how does it go?
Someone's called me net
Trick,
spend.
not the brick.
I'm on
Like
the net
spin?
and my
Yeah,
house
like I'm
is spinning.
spent.
Someone said white house phone. That was literally what I was just thinking. 'Cause house phone, a big part of house phone's thing when he was on the podcast was that he would kind of always be telling us about some underground shit.
Facts.
And although he did like obviously shout out a lot of stuff that didn't pop off, he also he was telling us about Sexy Red like years
Nah, he
before she
predicted
blew
waves,
up. Yeah,
many waves.
He,
the phone.
he did have a good spirit when it came to that thing. But there's something else about Gunner's spirit, which is like he loves articulating to you how much money he spent on stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Loves to tell you that he went to Erewhon and he bought like a $40 gallon of water.
Yes.
That's like a thing for y'all, huh?
$20
Everyone's
smoothie.
awesome. I love it.
No, like for y'all though, that's like a thing, huh?
For Zoomers?
How are you putting us in a white
Yeah.
bucket that you're not somehow
I'm
also
talking about,
in?
I'm talking
What the
strictly
fuck?
to
He's
him.
talking about the Gen Z.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I meant.
You're
Thank
talking
you.
about white house phone and house
Yeah.
phone in his absence?
No.
So are you like the spokesman for the Zoomers now?
He is.
Maybe.
Oh, I looked it up.
Maybe.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah, so am I then.
Which is crazy to me. I thought millennials sounded like way younger.
If you were in high
guess
school
I am
in
one.
the 2000s, or well, around that time.
I graduated 2002.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm too
It makes you a
Jesus.
millennial.
Right around when Bloodhound Little Jeff was starting.
Right around
right,
9/11.
right around when he was born. Yeah.
Right around 9/11, which the kids don't know about.
No, well, Bloodhound.
I was in 11th grade.
Bloodhound Little Jeff's father is like your age exactly. He's like 2 years younger than me. So yeah.
Right. And unlike him, if my kid ever goes down for
Yeah,
killing a
y'all
bunch of
didn't
people,
come
I'm not
get
going to compliment her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or him.
y'all didn't come get him. He was trying to get y'all.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yo, I love a
that.
dad.
I love that.
Why are we bumming? We're rushing through all our topics right now. Listen, this is like
It's a preview.
little previews. How you got the security bringing you cigs?
Cause that's my little
Fire.
homie. And
Shout out,
you know,
Pat.
if he get out of line, I'm a punch on cuz.
Damn, cuz. Let me find out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what's up.
Someone said, please fix the audio. What's wrong with the audio? Is there anything wrong with the audio?
I think you got spoofed.
Are they just tricking me?
Yeah.
Look at
It's a
that.
prank, bro.
Minnow said Bricc is here. Shout out to Bricc, and he sent us $20. Look at that. It's insane.
Hey, we got revenue.
So they do.
Loose, you got to go live to do that, bro.
We got Rev. Hey, okay. Wait. Wait. I'm tempted to just get right into that, but I feel like we need a little bit more of the Gunner lore. Tell him, where are you from?
I'm from the Valley. I was born in Hollywood. I just grew up like hustling, skating, selling drugs as a kid. You know, listening to rap music and getting into trouble for the
And that's how we got into the Gunner era.
Yeah.
Ooh, and does he have a nostril for those blues? We snorted like 8 blues
Hell
together when
yeah.
I first met him, bro. It was like,
I feel like you're lying because you wouldn't actually say that, but I feel like you would actually do that.
No, I love drugs.
Yeah.
Wait. I've
that
only
means
seen
I love you, brother. Hold on, we do this here.
I've only seen you smoke $1,600 ounces of weed and huff nitrous out of balloons. You're telling me that you love all drugs?
Maybe not all drugs, but majority of them for sure.
2C? Cocaine?
I don't know. I've never tried that.
Molly?
I used to do a lot of cocaine, but I
Meth?
stopped doing that. No meth for me.
That's boomer.
Heroin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heroin,
crystal
nah.
shit.
I do. I mean, I
Lean,
like
perks?
sipping a little bit for sure.
Perks?
Perks, nah. I mean, the couple times that I've done perks,
He's
the room
zenny.
just starts spinning, and I'm like, oh god, I can't do this anymore.
Why? It's
he
such a chill drug.
Yeah.
Well,
you
nah,
can't
if
snort
you have
8 of
a-
them.
At least
You have
to get
zero-
going. I mean, a perk like he'll give you one at the doctor.
But
and it's not
If
like
you have zero opiate tolerance, it's gonna make you a little dizzy.
Oh, I was like spinning for sure.
I have a profound memory of being in like 11th grade or something, 10th grade. I think I like broke my ankle or something. I got fucked up in like some way that wasn't that bad, but it hurt. And so they gave me like Norcos or Vicodin or some shit. I left a pint of ice cream in the sink.
Nice.
There you go.
That's not something that I was going to do under a normal situation. But I'm in like 10th grade, 11th grade. So I don't even know that these pills are very, very powerful.
No, I just think you were like actually elevated. You're operating on a higher frequency. You realize that by leaving it in the sink, that
I
you'll
wouldn't
have
eat it.
A
you'd
nice
have-
soup, a nice ice cream soup.
I was
to
gonna say
enjoy
you'd have a
later.
readily
Yeah.
available milkshake.
Much easier.
9
at your
hours
disposal.
later when I wake up, no, because my parents obviously woke up for work and find the melted fucking pint of ice cream, and they're
You
just
said
like,
that was off of Perks or Zans?
that was probably
said
like a
a
Norco
Norco.
or a Vicodin.
That was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they didn't have Norcos back then.
Oh,
Like,
yeah?
they-
Damn, you know the whole
It was
timeline?
Hydros, but it was Vikes. Hydros were Vikes back then,
Hydrocodone
750s and all that.
was a Vicodin
Yeah,
at that
then
time.
they just came out with these
us, it was
tabs.
the
Xanax.
bananas came.
Yeah.
Enter the bananas and
The
they,
Watson, yellow Watsons came.
Oh, really?
And
Wow.
that's- yeah.
Because, okay, I picked up a book off the shelf at Barnes & Noble the other day that is basically like about the first pharmaceutical company that brought the under-the-tongue spray fentanyl mix to the
Shout out to
market.
them.
And, like, basically, like, made hundreds of millions of dollars selling this stuff before the feds intervened or whatever and took them down and everything. And like hearing so much talk about all these different pharmacies and everything like that, it's kind of mind blowing. And like I'm recognizing some of the names of the not pharmacies but the pharmaceutical companies,
Bayer.
or Acorn.
Yeah.
And so I'm connecting dots with the lean brands.
Yeah.
But that's like the one question that I want to answer at some point during all this is like you're reading about all these different companies because like you bring a drug to market and then you have like X amount of years that you're allowed to be the exclusive provider of that drug, but this whole process costs like tens of millions of dollars.
That's if you get a patent.
If you get it approved, yes, but then after however many years, then the generic versions are able to be brought to market. So
that's how activists stood their ground.
but
for
so the
long.
big opportunities for pharmaceutical brands are either to like invest the tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars into producing something and then getting the full time span where you're able to sell it exclusively, which could obviously make you profitable, or you could be the first generic version of a drug to get to market before or after their exclusivity window expires. And so both of those are basically like the two ways that you could be profitable working in the pharmaceutical world. But it occurs to me like, holy shit, like if you make it in this world, like you're basically just a gambler.
Yeah.
And you have to have so much money to invest. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, how do you make something that makes you feel so good? Like that is not. They are no. Listen, bro. They are not making
I
those
agree,
for
I
pain,
agree.
bro. They're not making those
For pleasure.
pills. And I mean, yeah, foot cream. And they have a hell of different.
He's right.
Because that medicine, the fentanyl, was only meant to be prescribed for people who were having like extreme pain.
The fentanyl.
But then you all of a sudden have people coming in, and keep in mind, this is years after OxyContin and all that.
Yeah.
But then people will come in and they'll say, "Oh, my back hurts," and they'll say, "How bad is it on a scale of 1 to 10?" And they'll
It's
say
dead.
a 2. No, but they'll say a 2, and then they'll prescribe them the fentanyl anyway, and that's why the feds get involved or
yeah,
whatever it is,
because
because they realize like, oh, this is being massively overprescribed, and then they're bribing the physicians to prescribe the stuff to the people. Like I'm only
They
like
incentivize
I'm probably like a
pharmacy,
third of the way into the book, and it's so good, and I feel like I need to read more in the pharmaceutical crime
Yeah, I
genre.
got shot at 19, bro. They should have therapy to get you off the motherfuckers too.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Because after that, it's like, oh, I didn't know what Vicodins was. I was on ecstasy and shit like that. Like, you feel me? I'd see now my grandma got some Vikes in the corner. I'm
Right. Exactly.
Put them in your
Feel-
dick hole?
No, I was doing this.
Dash them in my urethra.
Oh God.
Have you ever had to hide anything in your urethra in jail?
Yo, hell no. That should have hurt, bro. The only thing that's been hidden in my urethra is a catheter. That shit hurts so
And
bad.
that's bad
Worst
enough.
pain I've ever
But you just
experienced.
wake up in the hospital with it in
Yeah.
there, right?
I was asleep when they put it in. They said take a deep breath and
Oh, dude, I've seen a homie or
I
two
was
in the
shot in the
hospital with
bladder.
it. I never added it. And man, if I could make it
worst
till
thing ever.
death without getting a catheter,
oh my
I'm
God.
so smooth off a catheter.
I was
ever.
35 days. I had one in for 35 days.
That's
are you
fucked.
fucking serious?
And it fucking jacks itself off. It's like you'll be like walking,
No, I
and like
remember.
your fucking pole size changes through the day. So it'll
Your
be
dick
like,
size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like fucking when he
So we were
starts
like,
growing.
It
It's
jerks
just
you
like,
off.
I'm saying
Nah.
it'd be going in and out. It's a fuck
They-
no.
But you didn't get a
That
boner
shit
for
is like-
35 days?
Hell no. If you get a boner on
gangster.
that
That's
shit,
crazy.
what? I tried to fuck the first day off of it. Soon as I tried to get right, that shit hurt so bad. I told her like, move. She
Wait,
said, what's
really?
wrong? I'm like, no.
So as soon as it got hard, it hurt that bad?
What? Terrible. It felt like it was still in there.
Internal dick hole soreness. Like, because, yeah.
It's real out here.
I had no idea. But just to substantiate the point you made earlier, Bricc, like 100%, they know what they're doing because why? What is all these drugs derivatives of? Opium.
Yeah.
How was opium first used? Well, back in China and all throughout Asia, fools are getting high as hell in opium dens off that shit. It wasn't to fix or remedy a specific ailment or quote unquote pain relief. It was to get about yourself.
Yeah.
And then fast forward a couple hundred years, we're still profiting off of that same fucking plant.
Yeah, you give them a little dope and then forget about that.
But okay, like the unspeakable evil associated with basically getting like, you know, millions of Americans hooked on some fucking pain medication that they don't know what they're getting into. It's gonna ruin their whole fucking life, but it's gonna make you rich. It's kind of like hard to wrap your head around when you read this book and you realize that the dude who like first brought it to market had spent like $80 million of his own money developing this drug, and like, so that's why when it comes down to it, it's like your salespeople that are going around to all these physicians are basically telling the physicians like, hey, yeah, this is like a good painkiller. No, that's not going to sell it. You got to fucking lie and exaggerate, like, and say, hey, it's less addictive than OxyContin. That's one of the big things they got in trouble for saying. It's like actually,
Because that's not true.
it's like
10 times more.
It's like 1 or 2% of fentanyl, like OxyContin. It's like literally like 50 or 100 times more powerful,
for
which
sure.
is insane.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
so
no
imagine
doubt.
going around and telling all these stupid ass doctors that don't know anything. Well, no, they don't know anything, but they don't know about this
They don't
specific
care to
drug.
give a fuck.
But the thing is, there's like little asterisks is because fentanyl's been around for a long ass time. I first heard about fentanyl in the year 2000 when I went to rehab, and there was a doctor that was there he was there because he became addicted to this thing called fentanyl. I'd never heard of it, that he prescribed himself. So this is like a doctor, like high level, like emergency, you know, like doctor at a hospital, and he's prescribing himself. They were called patches. You literally
the
put a
fentanyl
patch.
patch.
Yeah.
They got the patches.
Yeah, and that's how it started. There's fentanyl
That's
lollipops.
fentanyl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
were fucking lead patches.
No.
Fentanyl
No, I think fentanyl came to
That's how you
market
keep your
in patches.
Guilty.
It was in the patches before it was in anything else.
That's
Yes,
crazy.
and then and one of the second forms. that
I had a
existed
homie who
was
saw Slug
lollipops.
Christ fucking with a. Oh yeah, that too.
Lollipops.
You remember Slug Christ of Awful Records?
100%.
Who I interviewed. He, I had a homie who like went to a party and he happened to be there, and he was is like consuming the fentanyl out of the patch somehow.
Yeah, that's what fools started doing is they would extract the fentanyl out of the patch.
Shoot it?
I don't know if they would shoot it or
All you need
because
is
I think
the
it was
cotton
water
swab.
soluble, not to like. Yeah,
Not to put y'all on too much game.
Yeah,
man.
these things don't exist anymore. So even if you wanted to do it, but yeah, they were done.
Bro, it used to be old dudes like, man, yeah, I've been sipping lean so long, I just got the patch now.
Yeah.
Keep me high all day, like, huh?
I've been really thinking about doing a video essay where I really dive deep into the histories of lean and like really, I just have so many questions myself about all the lean brands that I've seen go away over the years and exactly how that happens and everything. I feel like I could do a pretty good deep dive.
I can tell you a lot about it right now.
Probably get some free lean out of it too
We would
somehow.
just give that shit away all the time as kids, though, for sure.
Wait, people would just give it to you?
Like, when I was a kid, I would get like pints prescribed as a child just for like having like mucus or like a small cough.
Real juice?
Bro, I remember when I was in high school, I like raided my mom's medicine cabinet and it was like a whole pint of what's it called, Quali?
Quality, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. Took to school.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
When I think about it, I probably had a lot of access to lean as a child too, but I didn't really
you didn't
get
even
it,
know what
you
it was because I know syrup
Jeez.
stayed in our shit. Like we not drinking that shit. That shit nasty because they give you the fucked up kind when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You never want syrup again.
Yeah, they give you like Alupens, weird stuff that doesn't even have codeine in it.
I feel like that they keep getting counterfeited to the point where it's like, and I feel like activists left the game strictly because of Justin Bieber's and
Yeah,
the rappers.
Justin Bieber for sure.
Because they didn't
That's
leave.
part of what I want to figure out
Yeah,
in this video.
They
well,
didn't leave.
but we don't really
That's
know, right?
our like.
No, that's not a theory.
hypothesis.
They literally
That's-
got so much. How within a week of those pictures surfacing when they're already under scrutiny as a medicinal brand
But
because
it's
of this.
it's not like
That
high
was
tech
like a-
stopped. It's
It
like,
sounds good, but I need to like actually make
dive.
sure. Yeah, the
Yeah.
deep dive, you got to really
because
figure
they
it out.
didn't disappear.
It's the bottom
They're in
of this.
Dublin, Ireland. They still make pills. They make oxys. They make everything else. The A51s are activist pills. Anything you see with an A on it is activist.
Right.
Then they got like foot cream and numbing cream, like all the other medicines except for lean. Like they just stopped making because I guess it was too. I
just
wonder
got
if
too
it was
popular.
too good
Well, they were under
because
so
that
much
shit tastes like
Yeah.
candy, bro.
Every rapper is talking about it. Chief Keef is making it like the coolest thing on the internet.
Right, so it already probably was like in the zeitgeist that this
Yeah.
might be something that should go away either way. But then that Justin Bieber thing, I could see it. I don't think it was like they got raided or they got like a big legal complaint or they got indicted or anything. But I could totally imagine that they were like, "Yo, this Justin Bieber thing is way too big. Let's just shut the whole fucking thing down
Yeah.
so we don't get indicted." I could
Probably
imagine
got
that.
a call from Scooter Braun. Yeah. Hey.
It's the equivalent of a product like candy cigarettes, which is or a cap gun, which like is semi legal but under a great deal of scrutiny.
Cap
So they
guns
got-
are a great thing.
I
We're
love
never
cap
going to do
guns.
that with cap
I love
guns.
activists too.
It was a-
I'm just
it
talking
was a
about
thing.
as far as they're perceived in society.
Yeah, the police.
And
The police just wanted to kill young black kids. Now, you want to talk about that or no?
With a cap gun?
absolutely want to talk about that.
Because you know how many kids got killed with cap guns in their hand? Like, come on, bro.
But you think that the toy company brought those to market
No,
so
what
that
I'm
the
saying-
cops would have an
what I'm
excuse to
saying-
kill kids?
It's a real conspiracy.
Kill Alex Jones.
Now that's a conspiracy.
Now, if it's not a kid, go ahead. If it's not a kid that has it in his hand and it's somebody acting like they're trying to rob somebody or trying to hurt somebody with the cap gun with the tip blown off but with the tip pulled off, by any means, he deserved whatever he had coming for playing with that fake gun. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying those type of people. I'm saying there's innocent kids that have been playing cops and robbers with orange tips on their gun that's been annihilated by the police.
That's all bad.
For sure.
So that's why I feel like a responsible parent would tell their kid, "Hey, no, you're not allowed to run around playing with fake guns in
No
the
more
street."
cops and
Now,
robbers.
I
granted,
would have had no childhood.
Orange Cap.
That was literally
the
my
Orange Cap
childhood.
was a good innovation.
Yeah.
But obviously, shit can happen.
Yeah, shit does happen.
Shit does happen.
Fools were like,
And that's why Trump wants to give them immunity.
Could you think of anything like they talk a lot about how black people are coming around to Trump? I feel like saying you want to give cops blanket immunity, which I'm pretty sure
It's crazy.
could never happen in a million years, like on a legal level. But like, you know, what do black people think when they hear something like this? Did you see any of the clips of him speaking at that like all black convention?
Yeah, no, I didn't. But
His usual swag really did not carry over to that environment because he's talking about how Kamala Harris isn't black and everything.
Right.
And like, yeah, that might work on Twitter. Like the Sneeko fans might be like, yeah, that's a good point. To this room full of like educated black like journalists and shit, they were
She's
like,
not even down. She's never heard of Wu-Tang.
you hear like gasps in the crowd, like they cannot fucking believe what they're hearing because he's like saying this in like an environment that's so many of the people in that room have probably had their blackness or their racial, you know, validity. They just are not. These are educated people. They're not going to go for this kind of argument.
I'm just excited to discuss this on Thursday with Flacco because when we did I looked back and we did it like one of the last episodes of No Jumper News. I said, you know what, I'm leaning towards Trump a little bit right now, but the fact that he's offering immunity to all police officers is very concerning. Flacco was on the episode with me and was not tripping at all. We did the show on Thursday last week, and he's like, I'm voting for Kamala. I was like, how come? He said, because Trump said immunity for all police officers. So he's using the same talking point that I had brought to him months prior, but didn't phase him. But now, so I just want to know.
It has been all up in the news a lot more lately,
What
right?
altered his opinion? Like
he might have been ignorant to what he was doing until then. He might have missed that.
Okay, yeah.
They're not publicizing when he said that. The only place that's publicizing it are the blogs, the hip hop blogs and stuff.
No, because
that's pretty big in the news.
What, that he's talking about Kamala not being black?
Well, that, but then also what he's talking about with the whole like giving cops blanket immunity.
That, yeah. Okay, well, the blanket immunity is one thing, but like him calling somebody less of a black person, I don't think's made it to the news headline. I think that's something in our community, like the influencers world.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? The people that YouTube, Insta, and TikTok. So I don't think that's what he's doing. But as far as like the immunity blanket shit for everybody else, I feel like the black people in whole, I feel like that we can hop behind it because it doesn't, like me, because it's gonna sound crazy. I feel like Trump still is gonna be a great leader. We can hop behind it because he's no way possible that he's gonna do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you implement that?
He's scratching the itch for the Klansmen that are funding his run.
I feel like that particular statement that he already got the Klansmen. Anybody even a little bit conservative,
but
conservative are going with Trump.
It's like I
think it might cause more damage than it helps.
Those group huddles that they're having, he's bringing that talk onto the stage.
He still has to feed that demographic a little bit.
That's what I'm like.
They're fed. They got plenty of shit to like him for, right?
But after the tragedy of the young lady, what was her name? Sandra or San? What was
Which
her name?
one?
The latest one.
Yeah, they ask him about that, and he's like, "Oh, I've heard bad things. Seems bad. I don't know. People are talking about this." Just like he has like nothing definitive to say about
Young Thug.
Yeah,
I heard they were treating him.
Yeah, I think it's very bad. People are talking about that. It is bad. It's just amazing, dude. Like, I wish I could just go on podcasts and get away with just like not having anything to say about it. That shit's crazy.
But like at the end of the day, if he actually is able to deliver on that, it doesn't even make sense. It's not in the realm of feasibility. The way police officers and their policies are determined is by local government. So you're saying you want to get rid of all local government? You're saying there's going to be federal marshals instead of police officers? How are you going to deliver that level of accountability?
Federal marshals don't give a fuck about pulling nobody over.
The T-1000 is going to be pulling people over from now on?
No, just listen. They don't give a fuck about regular pullovers. The feds and all that shit, they not about to do that because your fucking light is out or your registration or anything because you look black. I'm about to pull you over and give you a ticket. It might not be nothing in the car.
Right.
Like the marshals ain't doing that.
No.
The marshals going for it for show hit. They gonna go for it for show hit. That might be better.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's a marshal but what about if you add the pretense of full immunity and the only reason like that kind of changes that dynamic?
He won't be able to do that. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I don't think so either.
It's no way possible.
Yeah, if you want to terrify the average American, like make them deal with the reality of the idea that a cop could just like shoot an innocent person and that there wouldn't be any investigation, that they would just automatically get away
That's
with.
gonna click
what
a
the
war.
fuck are we talking about?
Right.
Nobody in their right mind would support this.
Yeah.
never.
And all it takes is the right situation for all the conservatives to see how fucking insane this is too. I mean, your kind gets killed as well, you know?
1000%. And like even the militia fools who are so far right, they're damn near left wing because they're like completely anti-establishment. They're not rocking with that because they're anti-government involvement. That's like libertarian ass fools basically who want as little government interference as possible.
The bottom line is this: do you want a troll in office, or do you want a lady that really calls hell on? Like, if these are the criminals that are trying to go vote for Kamala, you dead ass wrong. Like, if you like, if you're the one that's
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
oh yeah, she's for the blacks and it's gonna be, nah, go look her up.
And
Go
you know
look her
what?
up before you talk about that, because I've been in jail while Kamala was the head DA of California.
Man.
I've seen what we had to fight against, what we had to send home for our people to vote in order to get us back right. They'll give you. My original sentence on my time was 3 years. They was trying to give me 23 years because they wanted to give me 6 for this and 10 for that and 5 more for being a gangbanger and all this little tack on shit that she made cool to do.
Common practice.
You get what I'm saying? She made that common practice. You know what I mean? So I'm not going with Kamala no matter what.
You hear that, Bricc baby?
Trump.
Not coconut pilled.
Yeah. No,
Important.
no.
This is important for us to
I'm
point out.
cool. You got to go Trump.
Don't you
He
mean
said some
lamb cheek
bullshit.
marsala pills?
Gunner, where are you leaning on this?
Honestly, it's just another one of those like lesser of the two evils for sure. But like I do my research on her too. Like I know she's like, I don't know. I just feel like they're both.
She was harder on pimping.
Yeah.
She the one that got the human
There's,
trafficking
like, all these
shit going
articles
on.
going
Like,
on
I'm not
for sure.
saying that that's not cool.
But especially about her keeping people in prison for like longer than they needed to be for like forced labor. That's like slavery, dude. Like what?
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with another one. Here we go. Gunner, tell us your grossest sex story right now on the spot.
Grossest
The
sex
craziest, grossest, or wildest sex story. Wow us with your life experience.
Fuck, that's hard. Putting me on the spot. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta put you on the spot. We gotta show them what you're made
asked
of.
plenty of times. That's like definitely like the go-to for me for sure. That's like
So
let's
go
do
to
it.
first date eating out?
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
Yeah?
Actually, no. I gotta know you a bit longer than the first date.
Yeah.
Because I've
Not
definitely
I.
slept with chicks on the first date and like not doing all that for sure.
But the booty hole is like in
Is
highly
A-okay.
considered.
Wait, so your craziest story was just eating a butt? Did she shit
never really
a
had
log
any,
in your
like,
mouth or?
Crazy sex stories. I've never had any like
what?
threesomes or anything like
Oh,
that.
okay. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Oh, the night is young.
like
I'm pretty vanilla when it comes to that.
Gen
Not gonna
Z,
lie.
they don't have sex.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Very true.
Yeah.
You're kind of against it.
Not really. I'm just like not
Kinda
worried
gay.
about
You're
that.
paranoid about women.
Nah, not that. Like when I was in high school, I wasn't even about girls either. I was just about like skating and like making money.
Just
You can still
kinda
get
gay,
pussy.
Yeah,
then
I mean
kinda
for
straight.
sure, but like I just wasn't into that for sure. I don't know. It was just something. Definitely when I got older, like girls.
Pussy being
not-
We were in
optional?
high school.
I don't know.
When we were in high school, any piece of pussy that unzipped
I went
a
to
fucking
continuation
zipper,
school.
you had to
Yeah.
hit it.
So like, I'm going to school with
If
like.
you're gonna get
One.
any attractive
Yeah.
pussy, you are for sure
still
going
have
with the
to-
fat chick from
What?
KFC.
But like at my school,
Long
like,
as
the
it
girls
gets
there
wet.
are like
Churches.
pregnant or they're just like super hood, and I'm just not into that.
What's cool?
Pregnant or super
Nah,
hood?
I went to a continuation school in the Valley. It's called John Irwin High School by like Cleveland.
Oh, you went to
Okay.
Cleveland.
Well, not at Cleveland, but like down the street, there's a continuation school there.
I was gonna say Taft also.
But it's like right there next to like the Bryant Street projects and like a bunch of other hoods.
That's because you guys didn't grow up outside, like playing hide and go get it.
Oh no,
and
I definitely
fucking-
did. I was like right
So
before.
y'all play hide and go get it.
What is that? Like
That's what
hide
I'm
and
trying to
seek?
tell
That's
you.
basically
It's
when
hide
you
and
like
go
hook
seek.
up with a girl for your first time when you're super
Yeah,
young.
you like if you find the girl.
I was playing
you
handball.
guys
Like they
get to make
hide,
out.
and then if you can find them,
Yeah,
you
make
get to
out
fuck
with her.
around.
Yeah, you
Nah,
make
I
out
never
with
done
her.
I never did that.
That's a
nigga shit.
LA.
Yeah,
That's a
LA
West
shit.
Coast.
That's a
Yeah,
wild
yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
Hide and go get it.
What about you ever do this? I never did this, but like you do some sort of like you spin the bottle or whatever, but then like two people have to go in the closet together.
Yeah, what's it called? Like
10 minutes in heaven. Yeah.
That's essentially it's in the same genre as hide and go get it.
Yeah.
I never understood that because
Yeah,
that's
it's a
like
spin the bottle type shit.
so you don't want to fuck me, but somehow if we get chosen, we're gonna go in this closet and I'm allowed to basically try to fuck you. Like that just never really added up in my head.
Everybody's curious.
Consent is implied by.
I liked it.
Consent is implied
With the ball?
by entering the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
like
It's a disclaimer.
If you're playing
Like
the game,
if you play your DTF, if you're playing,
You
the game.
spin the bottle and you like kiss. Okay, because you could kiss somebody you're not attracted to. That's not that big a deal. But like the idea that
I
you're
wasn't
going in the
fu-
closet.
I wasn't
Yeah,
fucking
that's
during
crazy.
hide and go get it.
Nah,
I
yeah,
think
you're just fucking
anybody
around, right?
that enters that realm is thriving below the waist. It doesn't matter
yeah.
what's going. The bitch is thriving. It don't matter. It's just spin the bottle. I'm trying to get
Throbbing below
boned.
the
Like the
waist.
bitch is trying to get boned. You trying to get one off. You know what I mean? Like you got some
yeah.
time alone from the parents. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to say how nice it is to be in this environment because for like the last week, I've pretty much been like hanging out with the family, hanging out with my kid, doing family stuff.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be in a cigarette-filled
With the bro
room
code.
Yeah.
with the goons
you smoke a
talking
cigarette?
about gross shit. You want to smoke a cigarette? Please
I
do.
haven't smoked a cigarette in.
You know who you remind me of?
No.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do them like that, All right.
Gunner, you remind me of somebody that I used to know.
Name Adam.
They were Russian, I think.
Okay.
They
They fled this. I can't remember the name.
Oh,
They
actually,
fled
I'm good.
Southern California.
yeah.
They were like a stalker.
I think I might know
weren't
who
they
you're
a
talking
stalker?
about.
I don't remember. Wait, this sounds like somebody that
like-
you've
it's
had some
like a
issues
dark-
with
Are you
recently.
talking
I'm
about
stupid.
Are you talking about the dude that looks like Greta Thunberg?
The dude that's about to sue your ass.
The dude with progeria? I forget his name. Is on the tip of my tongue.
Abusive relationship.
Yeah.
What? Wait. So what's going on with you and this person whose name we can't remember right now?
Well, you know, right now what we're
E-rule.
dealing is the epitome of Stockholm syndrome. We're seeing people very, very overwhelmed by the fact that not only was their lifestyle altered, was the amount of notoriety that they had accrued over their years of pandering to an audience that always kind of viewed them as a joke, and they reached a certain pinnacle, and I say that with air quotes because a pinnacle that most of us would literally like skip over doing, you know what I mean, when you're jump roping when you're 6 years old. A certain level that to them was so high, they no longer even have that because they feel that my presence was so daunting in their life that they had to relocate to another geographical region.
A new hood.
A new hood.
4 dots.
You feel me? And
Wow.
literally the thought of Lush Uno
No more 3 dots.
just
Nope.
strikes
They added another one.
Yeah.
They updated their tattoos.
I like your gang lingo.
You know?
Put it
Right,
up on
man.
Rasa right there.
Yeah, yeah.
to a
Tapped in.
former high 8.8 with a good personality decided to all of a sudden, you know, have copious weight fluctuations.
Because I know you've seen the
And-
clip of her on stream, happy as fuck, and he just comes in and just shuts it down.
That's not cool.
Yo, that made me really feel like
You see him on stream, that's my bitch, that's my whip, that's my shit, that's my shit, cause it's my whip, it's my brick.
that shit blew my mind. I was like, I really felt bad for this person. Like, damn, I wish that I never had even done that meet and greet. 'Cause
Yeah, for real.
so much pain came from that. Like, so many.
You can get out of this. I'm willing to help.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
willing
not
to
too
help.
late.
I know
We'll
you know
do-
some people in the Bay. that
We
can
will
help
be
me.
human traffickers.
Because
We will traffic
I've
you.
almost had to do
Yeah.
it.
the thing is this,
Back
unfortunately,
here.
Yeah, just here.
Just here.
To me. I was like, I don't know if I'm agreeing with
No, we're not
that.
going to traffic them like the whole way. We're just
although
gonna,
the
like, bring them
crest,
back to reality.
the crest of your bad bitch wave has already been reached, and you are now on the slow descent into Tia category.
No,
no.
just
Still-
imagine her.
You're still close enough.
Just
As to where
imagine her
this
being
can-
able to ride in air conditioning like a Benz or something
Oh,
during the
luxury.
day, like and go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like a nice
Yeah.
house or something.
Yeah, she thinks she was chilling with Chris Brown. You know,
We got to
Air
introduce her to
conditioning.
Lazy Boy.
I think that would be a solid move.
It's over.
Definitely Rico Too Smooth. I
For
feel
sure.
like it is, yeah.
Yeah,
All of them, really.
Yeah, have another fucking Teño pull up to his house. Fucking
20
first you
versus
got
1.
the Souteños, the Sereños, and now you got the Norteño.
Hey,
I'll get Gravedigger in there. Whatever.
Hey, however, you know what?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
Yo,
I'll-
give her the Reaper's number. He gonna have that fresh out too. He might.
20 versus 1. All the gang members are going to take their flags and put them to the side for this
Yeah,
20
yeah.
versus 1.
God forbid some smooth talking Oakland Max like all black enter the equation.
Oh,
like,
easy.
because with the industrious mind state that he has, there's multiple applications that could be possible for this young lady.
You
Wow, I
wanna,
like that shirt.
Oh yeah, the chopper.
Selena.
R.I.P. baby girl. You
It's kind of like almost like a weird resemblance to who we're talking about right now.
Well, that's a very generous compliment right there. Because what I saw, Selena always had rhythm. You know, she always had a lot going on with the hips. But I recently saw a clip of a Xanax induced rants with like it looked like I don't know if she has multiple sclerosis or some type of ailment, but shimmying while mentioning my name and saying Lush can't have this is like very disconcerting.
See, I didn't even see that.
Weird.
Yeah, it's very disconcerting.
What was this?
This was this past weekend.
There comes a time in which I feel like the Reddit is so depressed observing what's going on that they themselves take a step back and they're like, okay, we're not going to clip this anymore. It's too fucked up.
Oh yeah, well,
That's probably why I didn't see it.
well, there's a modicum of clips just because it's like literally it's cringe porn to the extreme.
Cringe
max.
porn. I like that word.
Yeah, this
great.
is the best thing we could possibly see. It's the same reason we like to see hecklers get destroyed by comedians. The same reason we enjoy a lot of Kill Tony overall, even
Right.
just that level of cringe that this couple embody with their day-to-day actions and misadventures.
I want to save her so bad, but I just got to kind of let
Save her.
you know,
Hey,
She
can't
don't
save them all
wanna
for
be
sure.
saved.
you got to just let the scenario play out as it's going to play out, I think, you know?
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane.
Would you have her on if she decided to go the other way? Like, fuck it, I'm OF it.
Whatever is going to contribute to the betterment
Of her life.
of this
I like-
person's
I like
mental
where
health,
you
I would
going.
be happy to be a part of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Come holla at me. I'm all the
good
OnlyFans
people.
girls pimps. I send them to Adam.
I'm not
Go get that money,
in any way
bitch.
inferring that.
No, but I'm telling you. That's how they get here.
That's how you see it going down.
I'm a
That's how you're
Jesus
gonna get
Christ.
here.
I don't bend them. I don't bend them. I send them. Everybody be like, "Did you fuck? What did Adam?" No, I got the money. The check comes to my shit.
He gets
my
royalties.
That's my brick.
The No Jumper Show is has always been about female empowerment in its essence.
Thank
It's
you.
like one
That's
of
what
the
I'm saying,
mission
yes.
statements. So
You
we're really,
just go like this because you have ash on your shoulder, and
Yeah,
that was
you
kind of
did have
pissing
that.
me
I was
off.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
okay, there you go. Yeah.
it was like she was part of my
You
outfit.
even get
are
ash
you
up there. That's
tripping?
crazy.
I thought it was dandruff. I didn't want to.
You might
Oh,
have
yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit.
this
Did
is-
you have dandruff?
I don't. I had.
You only
dandruff.
got a little bit of hair
I don't
left.
think I have enough hair to necessarily
Nah.
produce dandruff.
When I had a shaved head, I would have a lot of like flakiness on my skull. That's what dandruff is, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
dead skin on your head.
See, it would be psoriasis if he had it.
Correct. I definitely don't have as much dandruff as Ralphie. That's for sure.
What is the definition of psoriasis?
Like skin.
Dry
Yeah.
skin. It's like red patchy fucking patches on your skin. It's
The
gross.
eczema.
Do you have any physical ailments we should know about?
I had brain surgery when I was 16.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't remember really. They told me. I mean, okay. I was taking. okay.
Gunner for president.
They removed the part of your brain that remembered
you were
that
joking?
specific
No,
thing.
I swear to God, I had like a cyst in my brain that had like bursted, and it caused like a subdural hematoma. So I had like a huge like pocket of blood in my skull, and it was giving me headaches all the time. But I was just like taking hella Xanax, so it would just like knock me out, and I wouldn't care. And then they took me to the hospital, and yeah, I had a catheter. Worst pain ever in my life. I would never.
Just the catheter.
Nah. I mean, they like fucking
Oh, the
buzzsawed
brain in general,
my
yeah.
head open and like whole surgery. I was in the hospital for like a week.
Whoa.
That's funny. He said he didn't remember,
The
but
week
he
of the
remembers
brain
the
surgery.
catheter.
Well, they
Straight.
told me that like what happened, like this only happens to people who like baseball bats to the head or car accident or something, and I'm like, I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Fucking blacking out on a Zan.
Something like that. I really don't know.
Yeah.
yeah. But, I mean, like the whole time they were just telling my mom like he may not come out. The
I
same
feel like
kid.
throughout my life, so many people have been emphasizing to me the catheter thing, and then also
horrible.
kidney stones.
Oh,
it's like the same thing though.
Those
right?
are what well, no, a kidney stone is like it
But it's
forms, it
something going
crystallizes
out
in your
of your
body, and then
dick.
you got piss it out. And apparently, it's the worst fucking thing in the world. I never had to do it.
something
Unfortunately,
foreign
I've,
exiting your fucking dick. So it's like, yeah.
but the
horrible.
pain in a kidney stone is not the stone exiting your dick. It's the
why I said
it's,
it, yeah.
it's the pain of the stone, which is essentially like a buildup of excess calcium migrating from your kidney to your bladder, and that little tube right there, it's like right here. You feel it in your back. Like once there's enough buildup is where it's like obstructing additional
drink water.
You're like, oh,
You gotta drink water. I think they might give you something like an antibiotic that breaks it down a little bit more.
Yeah, there's all these drugs that are supposed to break it down inside your body, but I get the idea that it'll still rip you to shreds on the way out.
There's no way you're not gonna feel excessive pain. Like so, basically, I had a kidney stone back. The most recent one was.
Did you smoke it?
Yeah, I was. That was amazing. I sold it.
Fortify it with meth and smoke it.
Yeah,
It's already fortified.
That kidney stone has already got an 8-ball in it for sure.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's less than a millimeter long. But yeah, I'd had one out of nowhere. Basically, I just like felt like I had to take a shit, and then I took a shit, but the
Past
pain.
a little kidney stone.
No, like the pain was still there, and I was like you just feeling this pressure in your abdominal region.
We want to hear about the bloody hounds.
If you, we're going to talk about that. If you have another kidney stone thing, you are going to walk onto this podcast, and I'm going to forego all monetization by greeting you by playing Pocket Full of Stones.
UGK.
Yeah.
God forbid.
I feel like that would be a...
Got a kidney
Viral,
full of
viral.
stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Maybe pocket isn't the word. Maybe just like a diaphragm full of stones. I don't know.
But like the ineptitude at which kidney stones are treated just shows the glaringly apparent flaws in modern medicine and the way that things are treated. And it kind of all goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the pharmaceutical industry having such an influence on the way we treat ailments.
But what do you think that they're not doing right as far as addressing kidney stones?
Okay, so I'll tell you this.
Tell me.
The very first time I had a kidney stone, I was 24 years old.
That's early.
Damn, that's early.
It's very early.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Bad health.
Well, Mike, to be fair,
He was playing with his health quite a bit.
I was 24. My kidneys were 42 already. So to be fair, so I got a kidney stone. I go to the hospital, right? And essentially, the night leading up to the kidney stone is a whole separate story. I'll spare those details for a later date. Essentially, I wind up in the hospital, and all they do is first they put me on a morphine drip. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then
Hit you right.
I was like, you know what? I don't think it's working. I need a little more. Then it hit me right. Yeah, click, click, click. Then I started yakking it because it was like a little bit too much, even for a young player with motion. So with motion. Then I got motion sickness and started yakking it. Right. So after that,
Gunna's a big motion guy.
Yeah.
He talks about motion a lot too.
He got all the motion.
I got motion.
so then all they did to treat my illness or my ailment, whatever, was to give me a little strainer. And they said, and a little prescription of Vicodins with acetaminophen on it, the weak Vicodins. And they're like, drink a lot of water, piss in this strainer, you'll pass the stone within the next 48 hours. Mm-hmm. Like, this is America's medical system at its finest,
Drink
right?
a lot of water. What you want him to give you? Some poison to go down your shit?
How about this? I called the hippie homegirl from Humboldt County. You feel me? She had dreadlocks, but she used to serve the click up. So fuck it. She could take it. And when I say dreadlocks, she was white with dreadlocks. Just to clarify.
I know.
Yeah.
I figured.
For those that, in case anybody wants to try to.
If you had said
hippie with dreads.
if you had said it was a black woman and not specified her hairstyle, we would have assumed dreadlocks.
There you go.
You say she has dreadlocks, we assume she's white with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Everyone must have dreadlocks.
Humboldt County definitely insinuates white
Yeah,
as well.
if you're in Humboldt County, dreadlocks are definitely white.
So shouts to the homegirl. She comes through with nothing more than echinacea root, pressed apple juice, rolls a player a joint. Because remember, I said I had motion. Roll the player a joint. Take some of the echinacea. Pull up the motherfucking pressed apple juice. Delicious. Had a glass of that. Halfway through the joint, I have to take a tinkle, right? Because I'm British now. I walk to go take a piss, right? Put the strainer down, pass the stone.
Way easier than in the hospital.
So if you're telling me if I had something like echinacea root, which
Something
speaks-
that's homeopathic.
Bro, so your next piss wasn't going to pass the stone regardless?
No motherfucking way. It said in the next 48 hours.
Man, this nigga right here.
Nah,
listen.
Nah,
Bro,
fool.
listen. So
You're
take
brainwashed.
You can't even piss that fast. You still pass it. That piss was from the water you drank at the hospital that you passed it right there. That wasn't the fresh press just ploop. Oh, it hit my my kidney already.
You acting like I didn't urinate like the entirety of my stay at the
Are these two
hospital.
separate-
I feel like when I piss,
It's
it's the
not different
water
than-
from like a half hour ago.
No, it's not.
Really?
It's not. It's the water from a couple hours ago.
I feel like if
It's
I
just
chug water
adding
right
more
now,
pressure.
yeah, it adds more pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? I've had multiple kidney stones, and that's the quickest one
why?
I passed. Because
Real Scante warrior.
well, beyond the copious amounts of drug use, which tend to lend themselves to dehydration.
Yeah.
Like I just started drinking water like a couple weeks ago, and
Congratulations.
yeah, like so.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Trying to be healthy.
No, you got it. Okay, I have a question. So, okay, on Thursday, you guys did the No Jumper show. And from what I understand, it was discussed on the podcast with Lush, Bricc, and Flacco. Should Bricc do the podcast that night with Wack and Loose Cannon? Were you guys were that's why I
Oh,
understood.
Flacco did bring that shit up.
And was he in some
didn't
way
even know.
urging you not to? Like, where was your head at going into that?
My head was already that I wasn't sitting down with Loose Cannon.
Right.
It's no point. It's no like me and Wack have a problem.
Because and then Wack made it sound
why
like
are you here?
Wack made it sound like you had kind of like agreed to it, and then but had you more agreed to talk with Wack?
It was a Wack thing. It
Not
was like,
Wack and Loose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he like me and Loose, and I'm like, I'm not about to argue with you about that. I text you first, like, yeah, I don't know about Loose. Then I text him like,
So why
I ain't really feeling
why
it.
was that not something that you wanted to take part in, generally speaking? Why were you willing to have the conversation with Wack, but then the Loose thing was a little over the line?
what the fuck? Who is Loose Cannon? Why? What the fuck am I having a conversation with him for?
You tell me.
The
I don't
boss
know.
is talking like this is your fucking third string player on the bench.
But okay, in his defense, if it's me and you, then shouldn't Wack have a younger contemporary with him to?
You're our mutual.
There's a good point. I don't have a dog in the fight so much, whereas Loose is like Wack's foot soldier.
Exactly.
That's
It's
a double team.
That's the only shit that made sense was the pack out. I think Flacco said something about that's like setting yourself up for a pack out because it's 2 against 1, and I'm like, yeah, that is 2 against 1. But it never was a thought that I was gonna sit with him.
So it wasn't like Flacco stopped the podcast that might otherwise have occurred.
Yeah, no.
It almost got bad. He prevented the biggest gang war
This
in
almost
LA.
caused a gang war in LA. Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as like, it's just like, and I talked to him. He like sent me these analytics from off of Google, and he's like, Loose Cannon. I'm like, bro, Loose Cannon is so general. You got like 2 million hits. It has nothing to do with you though. Like if you look up Loose Cannon on Google, it's not gonna be a million articles about Loose Cannon.
Yeah.
It's all type of like German shit and all
It's
that.
a type of camera.
I hit him with a vid
It's
IQ
a gun
update.
in Germany.
Yeah, because when he posted that screenshot saying that he had so many more references on Google or whatever, I was kind of like, nah, like why? When?
Yeah, like no
Even
way
if you were to
possible.
search both of your names on YouTube, you're gonna find a million Bricc Baby clips with like 100,000 plus
I
views.
turned them on the vid IQ. I sent them a screenshot of that. I said, "This is where you're really at. You got like 3,000 searches and like 0 competition, buddy."
Oh shit!
He's like
Well,
a 61.
Because if that were the case, I'd be spanking everybody with the analytics because of Lush Cosmetics. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. There
More
you go.
people, 1,000%.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you can't look up Sharp and Bricc Baby. Like Sharp, a lot of things are Sharp. You get what I'm saying? Not like that. You won't be. He'll probably have 20 million, even though we on the same. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying, but it's just certain general names that you can't look up. Bricc
Right.
Baby, there's only like one Bricc Baby
Bricc
spelled
Baby.
with 2 C's. Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't get the extra traffic that y'all get.
And there's probably even additional traffic for the proper spelling of Loose Cannon being a commonly used phrase in English
Yeah.
vernacular.
Exactly.
You're a
Right,
Loose
right.
Cannon.
Yeah.
Even on vidIQ, it said it's like a German cannon
Handgun,
that
yeah.
is called a loose cannon. Yeah, you
That
gotta
was
look
spelled
at it.
LUCE.
I think they just thought I was retarded. I don't know. I put it in vidIQ, and the videos like because I even went to even like generate a video about him. I'm like generate a video about him. They start talking about like German cannons that were specifically named loose cannons because of the type of cannons they were. And that's what it was about.
Okay, when they did the Adam and Wax show, though, it felt like they kept it respectful. Like they didn't really like, even though they were kind of pushing the narrative that you had like sort of spontaneously ducked this podcast, it also kind of felt like they were not trying to like disrespect you to the point where it would close the door on the podcast eventually happening.
I'm not disrespecting them either. It's not a thing. Like Loose Cannon, you from 6-0. Why do we gotta sit down with Paru and figure out? We can figure out what we can figure out in our backyard. All you gotta do is pull up. That's the only way the homies want to settle this. Like, not even no fight, dude. I can't even guarantee you that you gonna catch fate. But nigga, I'm not about to do it on camera. When we supposedly, allegedly, we from the same area. So why the fuck
you don't want to play into the Swamp Stories narrative that all LA is gang related podcasting. They're like basically all gangbanging activity has been replaced by gang members talking about stuff on Clubhouse and podcasts.
He doesn't legitimately think that though.
I mean, he's pushing that narrative. He's like he's trying to get somebody to do something crazy to up the crime rate so that he'll be proven wrong.
He was doing like
That's what he
trolling
does.
San Diego for hella long. This is a relatively nice community with almost zero crime. The fact that there's gangs here is almost mind blowing.
Y'all are bitches.
Yeah, like really compared,
like kill some more people, guys.
Yeah,
like that's the only thing.
compared to Hunter's Point, they're all bitch made. Like,
And they're not on dog food. Like, you got to understand, Hunter's Point is a gang of crystal heads and dog niggas that been on dog they whole life going crazy like they been going crazy.
Shouts to the homies from HP though.
They was
you feel
off
me?
that China way back then. We all know you go to Hunter's Point, you go see some of the sickest shit going down. They was the first one mixing the coke with the China white.
And just like what it, I think it was either D-Shot or Be Legit who were from Vallejo, but it was talking. He said these gangsters snort hop like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like yeah,
They off the hop heavy.
Fools was off the shits for sure, and you know. That's that generation.
It's different. Like, all right, San Diego, it might be a lot of tweakers, but it's like it's a different law down there. Like Frisco, it ain't gangs killing gangs. They turfing up there.
Yeah.
Like, it's like areas on areas. It's just cracking. Even Oakland, like, and it's smaller. Like if you said LA, and then you took away. So the per capita would be different if you took away these counties with no crime.
Right.
If you take away certain parts of the valley, certain parts of Santa Clarita, certain parts of San Gabriel Valley, if you take all of
the
this
hillsides and all
you
that.
get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You take all of this out of LA County and give it to those 190 blocks from LA, not even Carson. You cut it off like right there, Watts, Compton.
Damn, shouts to the 190s though.
No, but I'm saying like just make it tight because that might even be bigger than somebody's city all the way to Carson. You get what I'm
sure
saying?
it is.
So I give it from like First Street all the way up to the last hood in Compton.
Oakland's a 15-mile radius, fool. The whole entire city.
That's what I'm
of
trying to
Oakland.
tell you. So if we kept it that tight, our shit would be going crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot.
Now
of
our
crime,
per capita is like that's why I don't ever get into that. And then you got to give us some of them IE murders too. You
Give us some.
You got to give us some because nigga, like how many people go out there underestimate somebody from the IE? Either they get killed or they kill the dude from the IE.
And half the time of it's fools that used to be from LA that moved up out there.
You know what it
anyway.
is? It's gerrymandering. We need to work on our districting.
Yeah.
Because we're not being treated fairly by these people.
1,000%. And if that's the case, then does the Bay get to claim some of Stockton's murders as well?
Should they be able to?
Should they be able to?
If you're talking about the murder rate,
Are they not claiming them?
Because it's the same like geographic distance from LA to the IE.
Because what I'm trying to tell you is, are they doing a Bay Area or because like Alameda County, then San Francisco, they have two different counties.
Yeah,
like,
they got
I don't
3
know if
counties. Then they got San Jose County.
They got San Jose
Yeah.
County. So it's like, how are
Contra
they?
Costa County.
Yeah, how are they judging the murders? Is it per county? How are they doing it?
Yeah, it would have to be per county, and if that's the case, you would compare LA County to Alameda County.
It would be
low-key.
like just the east side, just Watts,
Right.
just this. Like if we
Yeah.
were the same side.
we should
You know
have
what I
a
mean?
conversation with whoever keeps track of these statistics because I feel like they probably don't know that they're being used in such a way and they need to make these statistics more applicable to the conversations that we're having.
Yeah, they're completely egregious and
Yeah.
like misuse.
It's
and
really
abuse.
irresponsible.
I agree.
It's irresponsible that the murder rate is not calculated with us in mind.
Yeah, we want to sit with the lawmakers. We want to sit with the lawmakers.
Not
Tell
law
you-
enforcement.
Yeah, no, the makers.
See, yeah, that's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
You
That's
can't
not the
snitch to
public.
law enforcement, but whoever's
Yeah.
making the laws, you can for
Exactly.
sure engage with them.
Yeah.
Whoever's giving immunity.
Like,
to
how are
police
you
officers.
guys
who you wanna
judging
talk to.
these murders and then you give us extra acreage?
Oh, do you want
Like, why would you give us more land and you know the murder's only going right here?
You want to? Can I say there's another book I picked up over the weekend, which I don't know why I've been reading. I was in Manhattan Beach and we just happened to go to the bookstore and I picked this up, but it's called The Rent Collectors. It's basically about.
name, kid.
So there's an 18th Street gang called like the Lil Psychos.
There's a lot of different cliques.
Over by MacArthur Park, right?
Yeah, Westlake.
They're 2 blocks from
This
where I
is
live.
this is like 2005-ish when this story happens, basically. But there's some kid. So this gang in particular, their whole deal is that they're basically like extorting money out of all the street vendors. So anybody who's doing like somewhat illicit business, they're basically taking money out of them. Like what are you laughing at?
No, you're not wrong with
Oh no,
anything
it's
you're
in the
saying.
book. I'm not snitching. There's a whole book about it.
It's just funny because I just like saw it on my drive to work. Like,
People who are really out there probably know about this story because I'm pretty sure it's
Where
like a
do you
super
get these
legendary
dope-ass
thing.
books from?
I just found it in the bookstore. They all kind of, the graphic. It's like old English with the back of like a Mexican dude's head.
I think I'm about to start writing books.
I copped it.
I got all those type of stories.
I would love to get involved with that.
Yeah.
Maybe I could just be the ghostwriter. Fuck my life. I want to write about your life.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, and let's just go fiction with
Fiction.
it.
That's what I was just
Adam
about
and
to
Bricc,
say. Yeah.
the killers. Why not?
Yeah. That would go
No,
good.
all right, anyway, their deal is that they extort money from all the street vendors, right? So there's like a kid who's part of this. He's like 18, 19. He's kind of like low on the totem pole. Like people that accused him of snitching, even though he didn't really snitch or whatever. So
he's low.
He's kind of like,
He's very low.
He's in a bad position in the gang. He's kind of trying to prove himself, but he's shot at his ops. He had little shootouts and shit, but he never had to kill like a random person for the gang, right? But there's a dude named Francisco who's basically saying, I'm not paying. You guys are trying to extort me. I'm not doing it. I'm not going. So the gang comes together.
Francisco.
They tell him, hey, you got to go kill this fool. So they give him a gun. They go to the swap meet or wherever the fuck this, not a swap meet, but like, wherever this dude is selling his goods at. And he's got to work up the courage as like an 18, 19-year-old kid, basically like,
Just to smoke it.
I got to kill this fool because otherwise they're going to probably kill my family or like whatever. Like, so. And at one point, his parents tried to move him to Palmdale before this. Didn't really take. He keeps coming back to MacArthur Park. He goes, he shoots this dude who doesn't want to pay rent. In the flurry of bullets while he's killing this dude, kills an infant as well. He kills like an 8-month-old.
Cooked.
That's as far up into the book I am right now. So I'll leave you with the cliffhanger
left us
right
on a
there.
crazy
Wow.
It's called the Rent Collectors. But basically, like, this is, you can read this on the back of the book, so I'm not really spoiling anything.
Fire.
But then the fool basically has to, like, they get rid of him. They send him to Mexico, where they plan on killing him. So I haven't got to that part yet, but that's what goes on in this book. It's a crazy story, and if you really want to understand, like, a different side of like gangster shit in LA, it's like, holy fuck, this
Bro,
is
like
illuminating.
there's no more
Won't
gang.
find that on the Oprah Winfrey book club.
No,
Only us.
probably
We
not.
need to have
Yeah.
our own
The
book
No
club.
Jumper
That'd
Book
be
Club
hard.
is fire. There's definitely
Don't
like,
give me an assignment because I'll drop out. No book reports.
you didn't even listen to the Eminem album. But honestly, the book will be way less excruciating. But there's no part of LA that has a higher concentration of gang violence, crime, or anything remotely close to it as the West Lake
They
area.
said that area has like a denser population than like Manhattan.
It's the most densely populated. It goes back and forth between, there's like a part of Manhattan and
Really?
from the whole Rampart district from like Westlake to Pico Union is the most densely populated part of the United States.
I gotta admit, I spent many years living in downtown and then in Koreatown, and during those years would be riding through MacArthur Park or like riding spots around there and shit, and had really no idea how legendary it was in the underworld.
But you seen it.
Oh yeah, I seen like hella bums and like gang members and shit, but I didn't know like that it was
Yeah.
that
The
notorious.
Rampart district is like notorious
Bro,
for like
that's
what is it? Police.
oh yeah,
The most corrupt
Yeah, they corrupt.
Police and
The
shit.
crash
Yeah.
cops. That's
Yeah,
what crash
like
cops
shut
started.
down the whole fucking police department and everything in the Rampart district.
And they had a lot to do with Tupac's murder.
as well.
Crazy.
Yes, they did. That was, but Rampart. Well, that's where I'm not from.
Tommy's
What I
is-
said.
Wait, he got killed in Vegas.
It messed in the 18s. Oh, I thought you said that I thought you were talking about MacArthur Park.
No, he
That
is.
area.
I am.
He is.
That's where
Are you talking
the
about
MS,
Biggie?
that's the original MS and AT beef right there.
Literally. So okay.
That park separates.
Break that down. I don't understand.
Okay, so
how does that have anything to do with Tupac? We're talking about LA.
That
No,
doesn't-
Rampart Division. One of the officers there, I think the dude that they're saying was
Greg
the shooter is Biggie. Oh, Biggie.
Biggie.
That was
yeah,
in,
okay.
my bad. I mean, all that shit's Tupac. Because how it was broken down in the documentary I watched was like, it was a Rampart cop that was hired to do the shooting. It was a black dude that,
On Biggie?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was fucking, what's his name? Poochie?
No, it was a dude sitting at the light. Is that the dude?
Vanilla Ice on Vlad said that it was Poochie who killed Biggie.
Banks before too.
Yeah, because this officer that killed Biggie is in jail for a bank robbery or something. He's in jail, and the only person that ever went to go see him was like,
He worked for sure. Wack right now.
Puff son.
it was no. It was Puffy's head of security at
Was
the
it Wolf?
time.
You talking about Wolf?
I don't think
R.I.P.
it was Wolf. It
Okay.
was the other dude, the big dude that was on detail.
Okay.
He went up there and had a visit with him, and he spoke on the documentary, and he told him at the visit, like, I know you killed him.
Yeah.
Like, but we can't do nothing about it.
Everybody says it's Poochie. That's what Wack and Vanilla Ice and a bunch of other people I've seen on Vlad said.
I'm inclined
I'm
to
only-
believe Robert Van Winkle for sure.
Yeah.
I've only seen, I seen the documentary, and the documentary was
Was
like,
it the documentary
shit.
based on Greg Kading's book or whatever?
Nah, it
Was he the one who put that narrative out there originally?
This was like a Suge Knight like docu-series. Like it was like on Suge and all that. Like I'll send you the link to it.
Okay.
I'll find it.
Basically, we already know Vlad's got the greatest archive of all of Tupac.
It made the
knowledge.
most sense though because how the dude shot. I don't know because this is the dude that was in the bow tie. Is Poochie the dude that had the bow tie on while they were talking at the
I don't know.
right after the party? Yeah, we'll definitely make that a topic one day because
Yeah, we got to do our
Well,
research.
there
I don't
is
know.
for show so much. And,
you know me, my clickbait ass. I don't wanna
Yeah,
say
here
it right.
Bricc go with the misinformation.
but I will. As
But we
far
were
as,
talking about this book and the MacArthur Park
yeah,
thing
as
before.
far as, and so basically 18th Street, one of the main reasons they
that's what I
started is because a lot of gangs, like most of the Mexican gangs in LA, wouldn't fuck with fools that weren't.
That were Salvador, Guatemala, and all
Yeah.
that. They wouldn't let them in.
Yeah, and like 18 was originally a branch off of Clanton 14, which is still like a hood that's out there, way smaller than it used to be, but more. They're one of the original like Mexican
14,
hoods.
East Hollywood.
And all the way to downtown. Like all the way to downtown is Clanton.
It's crazy too because one other thing I learned from reading this book is basically that like all these gangs pay tribute up to like dudes who are in prison, like and are going to be in prison the rest of their lives, but they're paying like 10 to 30% of all the money that they extort out of these people who are like street vendors. That's all going to their sort of prison hierarchy, and it wasn't like that for a long time. But then they basically like kind of realized that this was going to be the thing that separates them from like an organized gang with structure versus like just being a bunch of random bullshit.
Bro, your food in the county, 10% of your food in the county somehow turns into money into a higher up's pocket.
Really?
Like,
For everyone or for them?
No, all right, look. Say it's Southsiders in the dorm. All right, they got to come drop off their taxes and food at store day. So they might have a kitty. Everybody, they stop at 50. That's $5 from everybody in the dorm, like that went to store. Wow. So,
The word
however,
kitty is
they
accurate.
have to sell the kitty in order to turn it into money. So it'll be like, hey, we got like $500 worth of food. Give us $350 real quick.
And
You
that's
get what I'm saying?
That's in case like fools come and they don't have hygiene products or they have no food.
Yeah, no, now that's that's like
That's
the
what the kitty
indigent
is.
kitty
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like this is strictly.
Right.
I ain't trying to give up their business like that, but like somehow it ends up in somebody else's pocket. Like that whole. Like, okay, all the fucking North facility is going to one pocket, and all of this facility, it's like
It's very organized, but the thing is, like MS, they at a certain point, because they started in that same area, and they were like just like a clique of like stoner fools or whatever, and just like then they wound up becoming a gang, and then they wound up being part. And I'm not saying anything that's not public knowledge. So there's several YouTube videos about this. so I'm not like giving anything up. MS-13 is no longer like affiliated. They're like a greenlit gang essentially. They're no longer a part of the MA structure. They're their own thing, but they still have the 13. They're greenlit for a minute.
They were. They back. I mean,
from my
nothing
understanding,
happened behind them walls no more.
They so like one side of the park, the west side of the park, all MS-13. The east side of the park, that's all CRS, Crazy Riders 13, and they have two different cliques. The regular CRS, and there's other fools called like CAR, Crazy Ass Riders, and they beef with. I emphasize the syllable wrong on that, and they beef with each other. You feel me? As well as the MSs, as well as the 18s who are on the top side of the park. Yeah, and then they all kind of
Westlake area,
exactly.
Right up there.
Then above that, there's Temple Street. And then there's Burlington southeast of that. Then
that's like the central.
Whitburn,
what he's
Bronson.
saying is some heavy hitting gangs. That's like the where all the beef between the threats really got jumping at right there on the west side. Like
100,000%. And if you see like MS members, they don't look like regular gang members. They don't look. They look completely different.
Really?
Like, yeah, and
they look like paisas. They look like regular like paisas, or you know what paisas are?
Fools that aren't born in America.
They're like from Mexico. They don't carry the gangbang, whatever. They look like that, but they with the shits. Play with them if you want to.
Yeah, and they're not even like they're not even Mexican. They're Salvadorian. So it's like basically that whole area.
Is a paisa the Mexican equivalent of a tether?
A tether?
A paisa.
You don't know about that slang?
No. What's a tether?
The tether is like a African guy who comes to America and tries to fit in with the FBA.
No, that's not what a paisa is. Yeah, it's like the opposite.
It's like the African that stays African in America.
All right.
Yeah. Like really, like the root of the word is like countryman, like from the country.
Yeah,
like
from the
paisano.
country. Yeah.
So Italians use it, like most Spanish-speaking countries use it, whatever. And it means like countryman. But essentially, you see those fools walking around. You'd expect like face tats and like the way all the other gang members look. These fools look kind of different. So it's like, it basically every trip to the liquor store is an adventure. Anytime I leave my house is an adventure. There's 25 reported overdoses a day right in that park. You know what I mean? That strip, Alvarado, on the other, you can literally buy anything you want.
Imagine this heat wave having to do
Anything.
Fent outside.
Oh yeah.
How is that? The outdoor Fent.
Ooh,
Sounds good.
We seen a bitch
crazy.
butt ass
Imagine
naked
that.
walking down the street.
You know
Butt
what?
ass naked.
Bro, I seen a clip the other day of a fucking bum who's like literally dying on the street, and this fucking white lady comes up and shoves the Narcan thing in his nose and brings him back to life, and then he's mad as fuck at her, and he's cursing her out.
Because he was
They're
like,
complete,
fuck.
yeah, he's probably
Like,
more
that was a
sober
sick
than
one,
he's
yeah.
ever been in his whole life. And he's screaming at her, and she's like having a hard time processing it. Like, yeah, he wanted to die. Like, let him fucking die, bro. Like, what are you trying to save him
Like,
from?
that's the best part of the high, when you're fighting for your life.
Yeah.
It's like Lieutenant
That's
Dan
sad.
and Forrest Gump.
She's thinking she
sad.
did something.
Ruined his high. I'd be
Like,
pissed.
nigga, I don't have another 10. How about that? Like, give me $10 too, since you fucked it up. I'm gonna go get some more of that
All right,
shit.
if you walked out the door to your crib and you saw somebody overdosing and you happened to have Narcan in your pocket, would you administer it?
Well, yeah, my girl probably would.
Like, here, you take care of this.
Yeah.
Honestly,
My
but
fit
like,
too clean today.
I don't want to get my hands dirty.
100,000%.
Literally or metaphorically.
100,000% before living in this neighborhood, I would have said yes. Now, like, I'm kind of all for the extinction of
The fed heads.
Homeless cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
like,
you-
like homeless K.
That's a hot
You're
take.
doing like a long form Vel BMX type act.
Yeah,
So, like, we're going to take them out. We're just going to do it real slow.
somewhere in
So
between.
what if the heartbeat, like what if you kill him with the Narcan, now you hit him and it just
Oh, I'm all
super
for
sticks
that.
him up. Now you got a body on your hands.
Bro,
like
the
I
cop-
might just let him go.
The cops are doing it all wrong if they prosecute you for trying to save this fucking dude's life. This dude is already a walking corpse.
Yeah, what if somebody like sells you a fentanyl infested Narcan?
Dude,
like you just
genius.
and he
That's the
dies.
newest
And you
lick.
put more in
Oh.
the system and he dies.
it's a great way to get rid of the ops if they get faded. Let's go. Here's some Narcan, buddy.
Yeah.
It's got your hood written on it.
Fentanyl spray.
Yeah, nah, but no. I mean, like, when I see shit like that, I be too scared to catch the body. Like, you going out, let me get the fuck away from you.
Yeah.
If I had
Especially if
Narcan
I'm
on
not
me,
responsible for you
Yeah.
going out, like, you're you're responsible for your own death, you might die. Because if I don't get there in time and I touch the body, I'm gonna feel like I killed you. Like when the police come, I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But could you administer the Narcan without actually having to let your hands touch them in any way? Because that's what I like. In my head, the bum is gonna give you some kind of weird like disease just by touching them.
Exactly.
You know? I'm
That's
sorry.
what I said. My wife.
The same reason I don't want to throw hands with a bum.
Yeah, you get fucking dysentery and rabies.
Hepatitis.
I mean,
hepatitis.
You gotta go up the nostril. That's a sick place to be trying to. Yeah.
Well, you also can do it right here in between the
I'm not
titties.
sticking a needle into nobody,
Yeah.
so that's out.
Oh,
That's
but it's not a needle. It's like a thing in the nose, right?
No, there's different
If
kinds.
you sticking it
Yeah.
between the titties, then no. The Narcan I saw was that. You got to be clean for me to do. I'm sorry.
That's just Narcan saved my life. There'd be no Lush without Narcan.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
When?
multiple times.
Multiple?
There was Narcan
Like the other day? Like Homerita administered it?
Nah, fuck no. I handles mine nowadays.
Can you huff it?
But could I huff Narcan?
Up your ass. So.
Oh, can I boof it?
Boof.
I've never boofed Narcan, but
that
the night
possible?
is young, sir. The night is young.
Night
I don't
is
know.
young.
If
There's
it's
still
possible. So yeah, no. I used to do so many drugs.
the Narcan.
And I had like a crib and hella homies would I basically just like had hella homies living in my crib and they just kept Narcan so I wouldn't die. Like,
What the
because I'd be getting so big they never knew.
Those are dark days,
I
huh?
thought it was pretty fun for a while. Like, yeah, it
Shout
got
out to
kind of
them.
dark. It got
Yeah,
kinda
shout
dark.
out to the
Yeah,
lifesavers.
shouts to my boy Chemo, my boy Bobby. Yeah, multiple fools saved the young Lexington.
Okay, so
Not so young.
I'm glad you survived. So okay, this my other question. There was an impersonation of Lefty Gunplay that was done on this podcast by Wack.
Oh,
I'm assuming we don't need to play it. It has been called racially insensitive.
I mean, we have to play it just as.
I got you. Where's my keyboard?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. We have to, because we have to dive into this.
And I'm
so.
actually going to consult not my own content, but a Hater World YouTube short about it.
pissed.
Yeah.
fools are pissed about. That's what I was about to
We
say.
got to talk about like how racist this actually is. Yeah.
Fools are pissed. I'll say that.
Black people just don't be pulling out the camera. I'm about to start contesting with
All right, ready?
equally foul.
Here we go. Blinking, you might miss it.
Like, listen, I never see nobody kind of look like you and like through shot, like, you know.
For the record, he's impersonating Lefty speaking to Bricc Wolfpack in the club, and he's acting as if Lefty was having like a gay style conversation
That's the
with
whisper.
him.
That's the whisper.
And he's doing a Hispanic accent.
Yeah, because
which-
he's like, brocha.
yeah, it's a big part of this.
Yeah.
We in Texas, so don't nobody know me. So fuck it, Holmes. Give me a kiss.
This is all coming from
That wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. But either way, you get the idea. He's basically, all right, so if anybody needs the history of this, when I first mentioned Lefty Gunplay to Wack maybe 6 months ago, he basically said, Gunplay, he ain't never shot shit. He didn't know that this was like a real person who actually had like a criminal record and actually done time for shooting somebody. So then...
Sunroof of a Honda Accord.
And so then Lefty starts going on podcasts and basically saying that Wack had stopped him from getting the amount of money from a label that he thought he was going to get. Because Wack was also doing the whole narrative of like, oh, I wouldn't sign a Southsider because...
He said he cost him $250,000.
Right, which is very dubious as a claim. But either way, Lefty's been talking about Wack ever since. So then Wack, when he sees this whole thing with Bricc Wolfpack, he decides to basically use this. And he's obviously saying this without any sort of, like validity to his assumption that either of these people are homosexuals, although Bricc Wolfpack was trolling and acting as if he was bisexual. We believe he was trolling. I don't actually know. I don't know if Lefty made him say that.
Well, Bricc followed me on Instagram.
Clear it up.
And
Because he thought you were gay?
well, I think I'm wondering if I'm gay now because he follows me. Like,
Bricc Wolfpack is not going to get
He
past
know
that
he
easily,
can come
right?
with some pina colada flavored dope, and you'd be like you and Compa.
I feel like
I
just
do
now
enjoy the
I'm
opinion
getting
flavor.
past the bisexual thing with the photos that I posted on April Fool's. Now keep in mind it's August. It's
Yeah.
like it's just starting to become like something that people don't mention.
Yeah.
It's like when you do a big gay prank, it's going to take a while for people to get past it.
Assume that you're full on with your new life. It's
Yours
no
was on
more
April
bi.
1st, though, too.
yeah, that like
And it
kinda-
didn't really matter. Yeah, people still were kind of rolling with it.
No, I really knew.
But Lush, how do you feel about that statement, and do you feel like it was offensive to the Rasa?
So
He's white.
Yeah. And I'll
He's
answer
a
it
kind
as-
of white.
And I'll answer it for whoever the fuck I am, right? I'm not. This is definitely not the voice of the Rasa speaking. This is not
Something close to it, though.
No, not even. I'm just like a white boy that fuck with the culture and be around people. With that being said, I do not think that was very offensive. That's coming from me. I'm just keeping it 100. What I'm supposed to say is that was really fucked up. Da, 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 da. You know, I'm the #1 racial gaslighter in this bitch.
Mexican people have been through so much. How dare you make a mockery of their accents?
I think he was clowning. That's the same way that
Everybody does that. The fucking food pages make fun of how people talk.
Like pretty much fool like that any of my black homies that actually fuck with Mexican fools, when they're talking about how they talk, that's how it sound like.
Yeah.
And it was,
They
I
do
don't
it to
feel like
them.
I've heard, look, do I think Wack likes Hispanic people? No, I do not believe that he likes Hispanic people.
That's
I
because
think
the pacas.
No, but
Yeah,
he will say, I signed the Coyotes.
yeah, okay, and they got a lot of motion.
They should have been on stage with Kendrick.
I'm not going to disagree with either one of those statements. And the Coyotes are fire, and they're also like they did say they would roll Southside if they got locked up, but they're not like pushing a gangster agenda at all. They're hip hop fools. They're completely outside the box. Dope that he signed them, because he did previously say during the whole Swifty Blue thing, I would never sign a Southsider. And when he clarified why, I thought it was a really good explanation. But just that initial statement sounded super hateful. So I'll call it out when I think he's being hateful. And like I said, I don't believe he fucks with Hispanic people like that. But and I understand why as well. But I don't think that statement in and of itself was particularly offensive, fool. That's like a regular black dude doing like a Mexican accent. Now the content of it,
What if he had
because he's
said-
making fun of him?
What if
that's
he had said, hey, homie, serve me up that penis on a tortilla?
okay,
Something like that. Like,
That's-
he's not really like
that's-
making jokes about their culture. He's just doing the accent.
Yeah, he used Trucha a little out of context, but like, but still, like, it was enough as to where, yeah, that's.
I want to eat a penis burrito right now. Something like that.
If
That,
you-
that would be more offensive, because
Okay.
that's like a mockery of the culture, right?
But it would be fucked up now. Like, this is what I see a lot of that stuff.
Clip your ass.
See, there you go. Yeah,
What
Hater
most
world.
Mexicans
Do a
are
whole
saying, what I'm hearing them say, the general consensus is, if we were to make fun of a black person in the same regard, it would be considered super racist, and that's fucked up, and that's not fair.
Do the version of a Mexican guy making fun of black culture. Just some light podcasting. It's no big deal.
Man, that's pretty.
Go ahead.
The greatest gauntlet I could possibly set up
Hey,
for you.
what up, cuz? You got some watermelon and fried chicken.
Okay.
No, but that's why I said the tortilla thing.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that is
They
way more
love the
offensive for some
watermelon.
reason. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
for sure.
It
But like
is.
the tortilla thing is like,
What's wrong with
that's way less
watermelon?
offensive, because for some reason, like, attributing foods falsely to a race is more offensive than like the tortilla or the burrito thing, where it's like, yes, those are foods that originated from the country that you originate from, right?
What it also does is lightweight insinuate that all people of that culture are under that blanket and talk and act like that. When in
gotta
reality,
go drain
that's
it.
just how essays talk.
Right, because I
That's
think,
like-
okay, but you can't leave yet. Hold on, let's just finish this topic.
yeah, 'cause I
sorry.
gotta tinkle.
No, sorry, but like,
Young Tinklewinkle.
it is false that all black people like watermelon and fried chicken. It is mostly true that all Mexican
Mexicans
people eat
eat
Mexican
tortillas.
food,
Like
right?
watermelon
yeah.
and fried chicken.
Could you
You're a
ever imagine
sociopath,
meeting
like,
a Mexican dude who was like, hell nah, I eat tacos. I eat
tortillas?
I said that. No, it's crazy, but I said that shit. We were somewhere and it was heavy, like with the Latino. In the morning, it was tacos already, like with tortillas and shit. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Do they? Is this their bread? Like, cause I know
Yes,
we got
motherfucker.
cornbread, we got so it's like tortillas with everything,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all day. Like,
That's bread.
Do you think the
Yeah.
first person to ever put eggs on a taco was a white person?
Probably not.
No, that's like
Fuck
like
no.
breakfast tacos is like a.
Chorizo.
Okay.
Yeah, they got chorizo.
I was just wondering if that's some culture vulture
You
shit.
mix the chorizo with the eggs, that's fire.
Yeah.
Nah, someone's abuelita was like, you know what? We could put eggs on this too.
We should
And
put
like, yeah.
chips and eggs together with some sauce.
I want to know when the breakfast burrito was invented.
Early.
That's predates my existence.
Early in the morning.
Because white people basically invented the burrito, though, right? Like that's an Americanized version of Mexican food, right?
So what this, and I could be wrong, correct me. I believe the version of the burrito that we all eat traditionally is called the San Francisco burrito and was invented in Northern California in the Bay Area. Do not crucify me for being the one that spreads this information.
So what was
you
it?
can urinate, by the way. I was just
So what is it? A flauta or the flautas in the
Tortillas
tortilla?
and semitas,
The little joints, taquitos and stuff. Those were the burrito, the only things that were fully wrapped.
Yeah, well, and they're also hard shell.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that's the only thing that closes outside of a burrito.
Well, enchiladas close.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No.
Enchilada pie does it.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Flautas.
Yeah. Enchiladas don't close.
Chimichangas.
Tamales close. Tamales close.
Chimichanga is a burrito.
That's
That,
like,
it is different.
what's it called?
My bad.
Different kind of bread.
Who invented the wet burrito?
A genius.
You fuck with wet burritos?
I mean, I think they're pretty fire.
I think it's just too much going on at once.
I need a fork and a knife, and I'm
Yeah,
good.
but it's like when you're eating a burrito, you're like, I want a firm grip on that.
If I'm like at like an actual.
Oh my God. When was the breakfast burrito invented? 1975. History tells us the modern breakfast burrito was invented in 1975 in New Mexico.
Makes sense.
America kind of snapped.
Which was, like I said, yes.
One of the most important culinary inventions since sliced bread. That seems.
That's
That's an
crazy statement.
egregious.
that seems
Yeah,
like
that's
an
crazy.
exaggeration. Yeah.
But 6 years before my birth, so yes, it was in fact prior to my existence.
That's pretty
You got
impressive.
lucky. You almost got born without breakfast
What a
burritos.
dark world it would have been.
Yeah. No breakfast burritos?
I've seen the argument that people are trying to throw out there, which it's a little muddled, but they're saying that like a lot of Mexicans, in particular Mexican rappers, are kind of doing a black guy impersonation all the time.
That's an interesting statement.
But saying that like somebody has been so influenced culturally that they almost seem like they are a black dude or like they're like acting like a black dude is different than a black dude doing an impersonation, like a comedic impersonation of a Mexican.
Well, if people are saying that, they're like, here's the thing, that's kind of being out of touch with the way culture has been in most inner cities of America, where there is both large black and Latino populations, where these people have been living together for so long, and they talk, dress, and act with the same and use the same vernacular. Like, there's been Mexicans saying the N-word since for sure the 80s and all that, and the west side of LA and South Central. It's pretty fucking normalized, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And to talk and act like that, that's also to imply that, and I know I'm gonna get shit for this, that's also to imply that all black people talk the same or all Mexicans talk the same, which is 1000% untrue. I think you were on point when you brought up the food thing, because like, look, if I'm a Mexican and I'm imitating black bulls and I'm like, I'm the dead homies, cuz we had to slide on the ops, you know what I mean? Like, that's me like imitating gang members.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like very specific turns of phrase.
I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
listen, like if Lefty did that to make fun of Wack, we would all laugh, right?
Right,
It's like I feel like we have to judge everybody by the individual standards. So it's like it's kind of hard for me to look at Wack doing that and be like, oh, this is some hateful shit.
no, because literally what you said is what I want to say 4 or 5 like Mexican homies of mine specifically hit me up like, yo, you gotta fucking say something about Wack, and then I was like, okay, well, let me see the clip, because I hadn't like seen that yet, right? And then after I watched it, I was like, I don't know, that didn't seem that crazy to me, bro. I feel like he was just clowning a little bit. It wasn't that. But then they were like, yeah, but what if we were like, oh, fried chicken, I was like, but he didn't say anything about culinary.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like it's like they're both gang members. Doing an accent of the other person's culture, it's like doesn't really even hit the radar for things that I would think would be like considered fully offensive.
Yeah, if that's the case, my entire existence is racist, and I should just be like put in PC prison until the day I die.
Like if any part of it is offensive, it's the fact that he's inferring the Lefty is gay, or not inferring, but he's like blatantly saying that he thinks Lefty's gay. So you can understand why Lefty posted up on a story the other day, fuck Wack 100. Big letters, the whole fucking story, making it perfectly clear how I felt about that.
Understandable, but I don't think it was for like the racial joking.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, I think it was pretty much just the gay thing.
Yeah.
If he had said anything regarding any item that could be procured at a taqueria, then it's racist.
You Mexican?
No,
Not even a little bit?
I'm 100% white. I'm a white guy.
What kind of whites?
German.
All German.
I'm like German, Scandinavian, something. I don't know. I haven't got a 23andMe. Maybe I should.
At least as a German, you don't have any kind of like historical things to deal
no,
with, you know.
No blood on your hands whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm good.
Hey, let the record reflect. The Wet Burrito, 1966 in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
What? How did we get the wet burrito before the breakfast burrito?
Isn't that insane? Doesn't it seem like the
Yeah.
breakfast burrito would come around earlier?
It's way harder than a wet burrito. Sorry, Lush.
I feel like this is search engine optimization at its finest, and I don't believe it.
I have like the racist
Is this
Google.
an AI?
Yeah.
I have the Google that attributes everything to white people. Like Tarina, she probably has the other version of that.
Yeah, exactly. Burritos were invented in Burkina Faso.
Fun morning.
Dude. Oh, you want to know something crazy that happened this weekend?
Green shirts needed DP.
So Saturday, I went over to Asali. I was at the on the No Jumper / cough syrup block. I go over to Asali. Shout out my boy Milo. He just opened his new store on Melrose. We walk over there. We do the interview inside the space, which to me, it was very important to honor this new brand by doing the interview within the new storefront right on Melrose. I appreciate, I respect him as an entrepreneur, as a former trapper, and I was honored to do the interview in that space. The next day, they do the big Suede tribute. Milo had a very strong relationship with Suede.
And you got to shut up.
I guess a shitload of people came. I was not there on Sunday.
You were?
I had to hear about it from Josh. Told me somebody got shot out in front on the day of the
I
opening.
don't think someone got shot, but there was a bunch of gunshots.
They bust in the air.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. We had just left. We were like in front of Trophy Burgers, I guess.
What does that do? Shooting in the air? Is that like, it's like,
To
hey,
break up the crowd. Like,
something could happen
They
here.
was fighting.
It was already a fight, and then that
They
happened?
was squabbling. They probably their team was losing. They didn't want to kill nobody in front of everybody. They know
Yeah,
that
there's
other
a lot of
people
people
don't
there.
have guns. So if I bust in the air, everybody will run to their car.
I feel like if I was in that situation and I busted in the air, that I would never hear the end of it.
Bust in the air.
I bust in the air all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Different bust.
busting in the air is actually like super dangerous because those bullets do come down
yeah.
eventually. And
Okay, but is that like dropping a penny off the Empire State Building? Like,
yes,
Yeah.
which could
also kill someone.
correct. So yeah, it's not exactly the
Right.
But I wonder, like, how many times out of 10 does a bullet come down and strike somebody? Like,
very rarely. I would
Yeah.
assume
Yeah.
very rarely.
there's like one in every.
Someone's
million
Tesla
bullets.
got
And I don't know how the atmospheric conditions affect but
And let's say I shoot directly straight up, like due to the wind and shit. Like how likely is that bullet to like land like one block over? Like how much is it likely to sway in the air? Also, you're never gonna shoot it straight up.
Yeah.
You're always gonna get a little bit of an angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that it really matters, but
It's definitely like on the next block. I feel like when people shoot straight up, that's when I run.
really,
Like,
because you're afraid it's gonna fall on you.
Yeah, like,
not for real.
I mean, if somebody shoots in the air, you should probably run either way, right?
They shot a lot too.
Hey, was there like a specific song you played when you walked into a celly for the first time? Like, did you like feel compelled to listen to any particular music?
my nigga, I'm faded.
I was gonna hear. Did you hear a bass line faintly playing in the depths of your soul that said "Doom, no, no, Back City, bitch, no, no, no,
Tax City, bitch.
no, no, no."
You know, I feel like almost nobody picked up on that subtext.
I was wondering if you played a Tyga song when you walked there.
No, why? I love Tyga, but no.
I believe that was the former location of the Last King.
Well, the owner of the Last King's building did call in on those statements and tell us that Trail owed him multiple amounts of tens of thousands of dollars.
He called in.
Yeah, on the Discord.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Wow.
Yeah, and he thought I was gonna side with him. I hung up on him too. But
That's crazy because when I was in there, I was looking through a pile of mail, and I definitely saw some mail that was not intended for the new
it rhymed
occupant.
with feather.
Yeah, I'm not even going to get into the details of what I saw, but that was wild stuff. I don't know.
When they're still sending paper mail, it's rarely a good sign. Paper mail, like doesn't normally translate to news you want.
That's like,
There's
oh,
only embarrassing shit there.
Yeah.
dude, I got a letter in the mail. I almost never check our mail, right? But fucking Lena is in Europe right now, chasing Taylor Swift around instead of doing her motherly duties, which is totally fine. She's 4 years as a mom. She's never gone on a trip by herself. She's headed off to Europe to chase Taylor Swift around. So I am in single dad mode, which means I'm having to deal with all kinds of weird shit that I never normally have to do. Today, for the first time in like 5 years of owning this home, I checked the mail. I had to actually like look at the mail. I've never looked at the mail before. I'm gonna be totally honest. It's never for me, so I never look. I've gone very out of my way to not have my name associated with my house in any way.
I swear to God,
Yes.
don't put shit in my name to here.
I
please.
pay a service to block my name or my address from being like associated with myself in any way.
The only time you're checking the mail is when you're doing a dick review.
Yes, when I felt up Gunner before we came on here was the first time I checked the mail.
you
No,
were kinda
but
good.
so I get one letter that looks so real. It's like it's got my name written in like cursive, like by hand, and like I don't recognize the return address or whatever. But I open it up, and the whole thing is like a big Muslim fucking pamphlet. But like apparently the mosques are out here. They're writing the address by hand to make you more likely to open it. And I open it up. There's not a word of English in it.
Fire.
It's all in fucking Arabic or whatever.
How you know that they were? Did you scan it? How you know they didn't tell you, nigga, you living in your last days? Nigga?
See?
You talking about they want me to come to the mosque?
Well, I mean, it's
They
a
probably
fucking
told
Muslim
you.
thing. It probably is something like that. Well, but they're not obsessed with the last days. That's more of like a Christian thing, right?
I think they're
No,
more
not like
You
Armageddon.
might have said
like,
the wrong thing on your show and they struck you a kite. That's called a kite at that point. They want to make sure it gets to the.
You know how you like will pick on your own kind more than like other people? Like I'll talk shit about Christians way more than the Muslim thing. Like that's their business.
Yeah.
Like the Christians, even though like the Christians might be doing less damage on a day-to-day basis, whatever the Muslims got going on, that's their thing. I could pick apart the Christians because I grew up in it.
Unless you're like in Dublin, Ireland, where the Catholic and the Protestants are still at war.
Yeah, they got their own smoke. Out here, we have unified Christian. You never hear Christian on Christian beef out here.
Yeah, there's no-
because it's so under fire. It's so like gonna not exist in 100 years. They're like, we gotta stay together, bro.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with IRA conflicts in our backyard.
When I heard about the Protestants and the Catholics like getting it going, like
they into it.
And I'm like, what?
in Ireland, hell yeah.
And they banging
I'm
colors
drinking
too.
and I'm drinking Guinness as I'm hearing this shit. I'm starting to get annoyed like I left my strap in America and they getting cracking.
Noided.
Yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm
On
atheist like a
stupid
motherfucker
Noid.
right now.
You remember the Noid?
Yes, from Domino's Pizza.
There was a Noid game though, right?
I feel like
I apologize to our audience who is under the age of 40. Noid,
no, you're welcome for
Domino's.
having this brought to your attention.
Kick that K for y'all.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this.
Noid was lit.
There was a Noid game.
Yo, Noid.
He was known in Japan as Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru.
Hell yeah.
A platform video game developed by whatever. But Capcom was part of this. It was released in 1990. That's in Japan. I don't care about that. I want to know when
Noid
it
should
came
have
out.
been a Street Fighter character. He was on Capcom.
Say March
was-
16, 19.
It was released in 1990. And the Noid, okay. A wild creature led by Mr. Green. They are running amok around New York City. As they cause havoc, the mayor of New York decides to call upon the Noid to stop his evil duplicate, save everyone, and give him a massive pizza reward.
It's a great plot line.
Wait, so the Noid is fighting to get pizza?
So the
Makes sense.
He works
red
for Domino's.
That- no, but
red
that's
one
all
was the
he.
evil one.
No, the Noid.
this?
I think he's like a vigilante who
Fucking
steals.
pizza was the only thing they ate in cartoons when we were kids. Fucking Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
fucking the Noid, like anchovies.
Dude, and that's why like pizza is in such decline now. But when we were kids, pizza was like the thing.
That's like the only thing we would eat.
It was
Yeah.
only Domino's and fucking Pizza
Pizza
Hut
Hut.
that you could get. Like, they had these places that you never could
The
get.
Ninja Turtles embedded in all of us the belief that baked dough with cheese and tomato sauce and pepperonis on top of it was like the most rebellious food in the world.
Yeah.
Well, especially like the way they would eat it
With
because-
anchovies.
Yeah, well, they would have just the most ridiculous toppings possible.
Well, think about what Pizza Hut did to us with the personal pan pizza book club thing too.
They were really going for it.
I was really out here reading books just to get a stamp in my little thing so I could go get a pizza.
Who remembers, like, what was it? Like, if it's not there in the hour, it's free?
That was
30 minutes or less.
Yeah, that was
30
one of
minutes.
those.
Well, they had to get rid of that because people were dying.
Yeah, they
People were
were.
getting in crazy car crashes and shit trying to get the pizza there on time.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. I'm not trying to lie, but just imagine that your fate is fucking delivering somebody's pizza in under 30 minutes.
Yeah, that decides if you get to keep your job or not.
In the
Yeah.
city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You know what I mean? Where there's such bad traffic.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, we was
like-
getting free pizzas left and right. My
Yeah.
granny was cold.
I feel like it's really hard to get a speeding ticket in Los Angeles, whereas like if you were delivering pizza in New Hampshire, for sure that would be like a very serious risk. But out here, there's very few places where there's even enough space for you to get above the speed limit.
And the times you can speed, the police don't give a fuck. They're not outside anymore.
I never see cops setting speed traps in
Yeah,
LA.
yeah.
I'll be real with you. Now, granted, I live in a nice area. I don't know what it's like in the hood necessarily, but even when I'm in the hood, I do not see cops sitting around waiting to catch a
speed
speeder.
The only speeder they're trying to catch is fucking the Scante Warriors.
It depends on what race you are mainly, and also like the chips will for sure blurp you for speeding.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Highway Patrol, 100%.
But it's only
They'll
like
still do
certain
that.
areas where the chips are at. If you from LA, you know where the fuck to slow down. You
Yeah,
coming down the hill on the 405, like going to the 101, you know they finna be right there. The 105, they hiding up under the. I could give you like all the spots used to slow down. Like when you coming down the 101, getting to downtown, that only spot that's open between Highland and Normandy, you gonna get blurred right there. You know what I'm saying? I've
Anytime
been
where
here
there's a
too
little
long.
place for them to hide under
Yeah, you get a little
overpass.
cut, and it's not anytime. It's just like where you don't think about your speed, and it's like a decline. Is that what you call
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Going down.
You're just coasting down the hill.
Yeah, like you should be looking up. Anywhere where there's a freeway is always open.
It's crazy because like recently we've kind of noticed on Melrose. You tell me you've noticed this, right? That like basically the cops
Well, they're active right
They're actually like trying to clean up Melrose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
fucking bizarre, but they're actually like the other day, one of the homies was like sitting in his car smoking weed in front of Melrose, and the cops pulled up and gave him a ticket for smoking weed in his car outside.
Yeah.
Right, like this doesn't like compute in my brain. Like these are things that I 100% thought were allowed, but like they're starting to like actually get people on the block and stuff, and it's like they kind of need to arrest people for doing little shit in order to make people scared on the block.
Doing anything.
Right outside our
Bro,
shops.
right in
Yeah.
front of the store.
Bro, you just got me in are you telling them to do that? Because you got me in a lot of trouble one day.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Can't talk about it on
Nothing.
camera.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
No, they're out
You
there,
think
though.
that's cool?
For sure.
I was just
No, it's kind of weird. I think he was saying
talk to you off camera.
Yeah.
We're changing your mind about that. Tell the police.
I'm
don't
not
pull
going
up
to say
in-
bad podcasting, but weird podcasting to bring up something that nobody knows what you're talking about and then refuse to explain it.
No, because I can't.
Yeah, but that's maybe why you shouldn't have.
Yeah, I know. That's why I fucked up. I'll take a negative today. I'll take a negative because I was thinking that we were just talking and I had to remember.
he was just
I don't
setting
know,
the
yeah.
pace for a future conversation. He's planting seeds.
Yeah, but they're not going to see it.
Yeah,
It's preemptive podcasting.
But, yeah.
they
I
love
don't
picking
know.
on people.
But
up
cops
there,
like should just really not be on Melrose as much if you really want to think about
But
it.
you really think that Melrose is going to like it should just be like a total just chaos fest over there?
No.
Bad right
because
now.
no cops mean.
Yeah, it's be
Yeah,
bad.
we've all
Yeah.
seen what that's like.
No, absolutely, absolutely. But I do feel like they don't need to make their presence daunting. It could, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
I feel like that they've policed that area so much that street ninjas know not to pop out right there, right now. It's like if you ain't gonna do it fast, your ass going to jail.
Definitely in the last
Yeah.
couple weeks, though. Too.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much happened in the last couple weeks. Like,
For real?
I mean, yesterday was a pretty big day, or whatever Sunday was.
Sunday.
Just everything that happened, like
The shooting.
at Solly, but then again, at like
Then-
cough syrup and shit.
Then they broke.
Oh,
into the-
yeah.
Yeah, like that was crazy. But like, I mean, they've been outside a lot. Like, they've pulled up with like the horses and shit, but they're usually only there on the weekend.
They're there
There's
with the horses now.
Bro, like 4 horses just walking up and down the street.
It might be a lot of cars getting broken into.
So there's
Oh,
something.
I know. Bipping is a thing out here now.
Yeah,
The bipping epidemic has officially is migrating to LA. Really watch out. Do not. I'm gonna start
They just was bipping in the valley at the fucking bowling alley this weekend.
in downtown LA. I'm no longer leaving my windows is down, fool. Period.
sure.
Like I'm doing the bay thing, and I'm not leaving my window.
That's what you do? You leave your windows down with nothing to take?
In the bay, that's what you do.
Aren't you kind of
1000%.
asking for a bum to just post up and go to sleep in your back
At that
seat?
point, at least you still good.
Go in my car and fall asleep, bro, and see what the fuck happens to you when I come back. You feel me?
You gotta
Like,
tell them to get out.
I'm gonna kick him in the face. Like, you feel me?
If I find a bum sleeping in my car, can I just shoot him or what?
Nah, not here.
I mean, you
They're not going to be able to prove he was
You're
sleeping,
white.
right?
You could do it.
No, but honestly, they're not. The reality is, a bum's not gonna probably crawl into your window and do it. You just have
Yeah.
to leave the. But still, like
you don't
that,
leave it like the hallway open?
No, but even then, like it decreases because you allow people access to the car. They can see there's nothing in there. Like you, like
Where
take
you
whatever
gonna
you
park
want.
at?
Where in downtown?
Yeah,
Let's say
like
after
that.
party, let's say I'm at like the
I'm
random.
just saying, I need to know where there's a car that I can hide in if I'm ever running or need to steal. I need to. That's like a good thing. Like,
The worst feeling was when I would park my car downtown in like random ass fucking areas so that I wouldn't have to spend like $12 on parking, and then I would come back and my window would be broken, and it was obviously not to steal anything. There was nothing to steal. It was just purely
a
like
kid like
some
Bricc in the
person
field.
going through psychosis and just wanting to destroy shit.
Well, there's always that, but is it possible that there was like 35 cents laying on? Because they really will bust your
Yeah.
window for like something that petty.
Yeah.
A lighter. Oh, psh, like in the bay.
The lighter is worth like $1.
Yeah, but
to
like,
them, you know,
I'm
yeah,
saying-
but like to them, $1 is like you're not gonna find $1 on the ground. And also, if you break this window of this car, there's 0% chance you're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
So break that fucking window and take that charger and go and bring it somewhere and get $5 for it.
And then once
Charger.
the police, it happens like to such a degree that the police can no longer actually use their resources to fight it, and then it becomes basically decriminalized. That's when it's like,
But okay, when I heard about this fool getting caught up for fucking smoking in his car or whatever out on the block, it's like I had dual thoughts, which was like, one, this block already has greatly diminished foot traffic compared to like 2017. Now that's okay, but like we know that part of the reason why is because people just don't feel safe. They assume that they're going to be the victim of crime or whatever if they go there. But like if you take the dude who wants to just hang out and smoke weed and make him feel uncomfortable going to Melrose, this is a problem because
what I'm saying.
90% of people who are going to Melrose are some variation of some dude who wants to hang out and smoke weed.
Yeah,
now
that's
you do see like regular ass tourists and stuff walking down the street and stuff, but increasingly it kind of feels like when you see like a random like 30-year-old woman with her friend walking down the block that you're just kind of like, whoa, like
what the fuck are you
what are
doing?
you doing? I'm kind of not used to seeing this. This is strange behavior.
Like,
but
you don't know fucking
if you
song
want
that's playing
more,
right there.
like to some extent, the 30-year-old white lady who wants to walk down the street on Melrose is probably kind of turned off if there are like 40 dudes smoking blunts per block. Like that, in some
might
way,
need to
I can
go
understand
somewhere
them
else.
wanting to cut down on that.
but
The
dude,
Grove
like,
is around the corner.
yeah. And
But
not
that's a
only-
long ass way in comparison. That's like a mile away.
Yeah, but like
And walking by
place for the white people.
walking down Third or whatever, like walking down that street right there. Like like Melrose Place is right over there. Melrose
Yeah.
Place has a 100% different vibe
Yeah.
than Melrose where
Yeah,
cough
if you
syrup
go
is
all
at.
the way down.
Yeah, that's
By
like the
La
nicest.
Cienega. Yeah.
It's like all hot chicks in yoga clothes and shit. Like it's uncanny how different it is, even though it's like a mile apart.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
Fairfax
Like,
splits it.
That's like the difference between Odd Future and Lululemon. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but let me ask you this, Adam. Did you ever see Melrose in the 90s?
I've heard a lot. I've heard that like the busiest days back, that a normal day back then was like the busiest that it gets now.
Bro, like Melrose was insane in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, because there's nothing to
LA
do.
was the
There-
only
you're
spot
supporting
you get
LA?
in.
You're gonna
It's
sit in your house and
LA.
watch Cops, or you're gonna go fucking walk around on the block, right?
That's where just anyone, like, it didn't matter what part of the city you're from, everyone's going to Melrose to cop gear and
Clothes.
kicks, to fuck
Yeah.
with bitches. That's where Workman's Outlet was. That's where Fat Beats was. That was like the whole entire rap scene.
Gotta watch
the
out
whole
for the Max
graffiti
crew
scene.
at Fairfax.
You feel me?
and even bro,
Fairfax gangster.
you go back to 2018 and like right before the pandemic, Fairfax was fucking
lit.
Yeah.
lit. What just shut down? Supreme been shut down, but now almost Huff is
Huff's
gone.
shut down.
They're
done.
They got like Dolls Kill, the Network store, the golf store is down there, and then it's mad restaurants. Like the landlords don't even want to rent to you if you're a streetwear company or whatever. They only want restaurants because the restaurants last longer on average.
Yeah, and the facts are even by 2018, really.
Nicky Diamond's still there. He's big.
No more Diamond, right?
Been gone. But that shit was already like the facts was watered down by 2013, 14 already, and it was like declined to irrelevance by 2000.
15 was like the death.
Yeah, that's when it was.
15, 16 was like it was over with.
But Melrose in the 90s is more cracking than like the Odd Future era of Fairfax. Like there's no comparison. Like when CBS was running around doing all that, like catching spots, MTA run. It was different. Fool. Donnie over there nodding. He know what the fuck is.
I mean, there was definitely times where I would be on the blog just looking at Supreme and looking at everybody who was adjacent to them and was just like, how long is Supreme going to allow this to take place? So like all these brands that want to be them so bad and are clearly just like basking in getting a few like leftover Japanese tourists because they're next to Supreme. Yeah. So when they left, like it surprised me because it had been there so long, but I was also like, yeah.
If you look at the numbers, Pink Dolphin and Diamond and Crooks and Castles, well, Crooks and Castles in their early years, but Pink Dolphin and Diamond, they were capitalizing. They were having like $10 to $12 million years right there.
During Karma, absolutely.
Yeah, like Supreme might do 25 or some shit like that, but they're still like in the 5 digits. Like,
well, Supreme was.
I had like a 3 to 4 year.
The thing is this though, like Supreme, a lot of people don't realize is a legacy brand that is a skate brand from the mid 90s. Like, you know what I mean? Like that came out. The only streetwear brands that were even in LA at that, because that's a New York brand, Supreme. The only ones in LA at that time were like Con Art, Fresh Jive. Like it was
Fresh Jive, wow.
Yeah.
Jinko.
Gat, remember Gypsies and Thieves? Like there's like Stussy, like all that's
yeah, Stussy was like then. But like, Stussy's New York, isn't it?
Stussy is what is it? It's Brooklyn. It says Bronx, Venice, Tokyo, and London or some shit. Yeah. Like, never say on the back of their shirts.
Yeah, it's a weird vibe over there now. Like Melrose is way more lit than Fairfax right now.
Yeah, that's the other day.
For sure.
That's the new Fairfax.
For sure. For the last since like I'd say since like On Some Shit came over to Melrose.
It's literally because of cough syrup, no jumper, and a song.
And that's the littest block right there. Like everything east of like no jumper is kind of like
it's like round 2 is out. Round 2 being gone is very weird. There's like a lot of
Wasteland's
weird absences.
Wasteland is always cool. You like that. You can find your little secondhand Gucci,
all that cool stuff. But like second shoe right there is like.
I've seen Cool Kicks giving away free shoes. That's never a good sign.
Really?
I think they're on their way out.
You think? Well, they have the Grove now.
Yeah.
That's too many. Like useless shoes that they bought sitting around.
There's so many sneaker resellers on that area.
It's like the resale game has turned into like the real shoe store. So now you gotta people gotta really want that shoe now because all these geeks are fucking buying them up and then selling them to you for like $210. Now they're $250, $100 more than what they came out for.
Everything's a lot easier.
And it's like, fuck that shoe.
Yeah.
Let it sit on the fucking shelf.
I was seeing like YouTube videos 2-3 years ago talking about the resale markets already like on the decline itself.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because Cool Kicks was like a round 2 copycat thing for a period of time, and they were like, oh, we're going to do the YouTube thing, and somehow their YouTube thing was way bigger than the round 2 thing, and now round 2's not there, and Cool Kicks still seems like they're doing, I don't know if they're doing better, but it seems like they're thriving.
Flight Club. That was resale at its finest. It was only Flight Club, and it was that other little spot, Grail, Holy Grail or some shit. Yeah, like Grailed. Yeah, some
Grailed
shit
had an
like
actual
that.
store?
Yeah, it was a store downtown. It was right across from the Staples Center. They still owe me like $350 for some shoes. They closed while I was in jail. I didn't like that.
It's crazy that like there was ever a time in which the sneaker resale thing was something that like one place was doing. Because like I almost feel I would compare that to podcasting or like interviewing in general. Like the interview game is burnt in much the same way like that all these fucking sneaker resellers are, where
Vlogs
it's like it's hard to stand out. Vlogs, oh my God.
IRL took vlogs straight up out of here. Clip your IRL, that's your vlog.
Unless you're making like really high quality vlogs, for sure it's hard now.
Shout out China Mac, because he's Even though I don't
See,
shout him out a lot, but he's keeping the vlog. He's keeping.
You gotta go to fucking Honduras and follow a bunch
I
of
mean,
gang
he's
members.
doing it though. You know what I mean? Like he has something that he's doing, and it's generating decent numbers.
But I wish in 2017 or 2018 I had understood how fleeting that time was in terms of people having such interest in vlogs, because it feels like the standard is just like so much higher now.
Yeah.
You used to be able to stick any random celebrity in the thumbnail and it would just go crazy.
Go stupid.
Well, even before I feel like when IG Live became popular.
That's what I was about to say.
that
Like,
was
what
the
you're gonna
beginning of the
vlog?
end.
Like, I remember that day he was on live. Like, I seen all this shit before.
Right.
Like, he's
I
scratching
seen
his
you on
ass.
live replace I seen that blog.
Yeah.
And it happened so much quicker and in real time.
That's what I
and-
said. IRL streams took vlogs straight up out the joint.
100%.
Yeah, like
Except for I still like associate so many of these of IRL streamers with just like the complete lowest common denominator dredges of society.
look how far they're reaching. Vitaly is going to do the Predator thing. He's doing the Predator thing in real life.
But he's actually
He's taking away from those people that.
But they're not even like uploading like versions of that to YouTube, I don't think, right?
it gets reappropriated by other people's channels and re-uploaded.
It's just a kick streams, and then
it'll be like a compilation of clips, I think.
yeah, and so
It
look
won't
at
be on
this.
his
You got
page,
some
yeah.
random person getting 176K from uploading a 24-minute clip that they just filmed off the screen while they were watching the stream. And it's like they don't give a
Do
fuck.
something about it.
But these dudes are getting paid so much money to basically do content. They don't even give a fuck about monetizing it on YouTube. Like you would think that Vitaly would just be uploading this stuff. And
I mean, he probably still makes some decent income just based on like his past catalog, right?
I feel like his whole channel is mega demonetized, and which is
That's
probably
what I
why
was just
that's why he
about to
hasn't
say.
uploaded in
well,
4
latest is
years.
4 years, yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
lapped.
Crazy. What else we got here? I gotta be out of here by like 7, so I got like 40
The
minutes.
bloodiest. What are you? You don't want to talk about my twin?
Who?
11 bodies
Jeff.
up.
Oh yeah, we gotta
Jesus
talk
Christ,
about Jeff.
12.
So I believe most of us have you seen the Traplo Ross video about Bloody Hound Lil Jeff?
Bloody Hound Little Jeff.
He did a 3-hour documentary about him,
You're
and
not cooler than us today.
I feel like
watch it
me
yesterday.
and Bricc both gleefully gobbled this content up. Pause.
Pause.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it as well.
What are your main takeaways from my first reaction was like, how the fuck did you get a 3-hour documentary made about this dude and his life when he got killed at like 19 or something?
Trap, he goes into detail about everything he pulls up. Like
Yes.
if he pulls up, he goes through every detail before he moves on. Even if
murked
it
it.
bridges into another story, but it's dope how he does it.
No, so
I think that like when we were talking earlier, like I said, there is a really discernible Venn diagram overlap between straight like killers with multiple bodies and people that rap really well and people that are into the street hip hop. Like these people are like folkloric, legendary figures, and as legendaries, they are the life that gets taken on by people simultaneously fetishizing it and like parodying it, like through all these like Reddit posts and things of that nature, and just this whole subculture that's come from the fandom of these teenage psychopaths.
because that's not something that I would have known about without Traplo Ross's video. Is the legions of kids on Reddit who are really like worshiping Lil Jeff for the amount of murders that he was.
What is it
apparently
called?
able to-
Jeffology?
Yeah, there's a Jeffology.
They have a Jeffology
subreddit.
They're calling him J Roy, which I was very into that.
I didn't know that he named himself after Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's just like one of his nicknames, right? Because
Yeah, it was Lil Jeff is
he
like
killed
Lil
so many
Jeffrey.
people?
Lil Jeff Dahmer.
Yeah,
Probably
Lil Jeffrey
ill-advised
Dahmer.
of all the serial killers to choose because that's the one that was
Is
like,
his name
freakiest?
Jeff
One
though?
of the freakiest
I would
ones?
assume, yeah. I think the Jeff Dahmer thing was just like he was just
extra.
throwing
since his
in
name.
more murder references. Yeah.
I do feel
Ted
like
Bundy had hoes.
I feel like 11 is capping. Or do you want to walk through the documentary?
you should
before
have
we
walked
get to
through it.
that?
I mean, okay, so basically they outline his 11 alleged bodies, and like one of the most damning things is like this series of emojis that he would put in his captions, in which each different emoji seemed to
Detailed something,
reference
yeah.
a different person. So like a lot of people have seen this like really traumatic video of basically these 2 high school age kids that got killed in Chicago. It's been alleged that Lil Jeff was the one who took took him out. It's like this terrible.
They stole his chain though. Nobody cares about that. It's just high school.
But it's
kids,
this video
right?
like
They
filmed
the
from
ones that
above
deserved it.
on the building with these two kids laid out, and then when you see the series of emojis, like two of them are like graduation caps in front of the students. Yeah. There's like a girl that got killed in all this. That's like there's a picture of like a bonnet or like a girl or whatever. Which using like putting that series of emojis, if you really did kill all those people, that's some of the most flagrant King Von ass shit that we have seen since King Von.
Well, that's like King Von eating cereal all the time on live and shit like that. Like
it's really like he saw King Von and just decided that he was gonna like take that whole act and take it to the next level.
He said that, and when they asked him like, "Are you influenced by Von?" He's like that Von's Von and I'm me.
Does the dog want to pee? Did he just pee? I can't tell, but he's been like staring at the door for a while. What's up, G? How you doing?
Kenny in the building.
If somebody wants to throw the leash on and take him out there, I just don't want him to piss somewhere.
I was about to say, tell her to roll me one. But go ahead.
But yeah, no, like honestly,
roll me one. You watch it,
dog.
This fool, the fact that he jumped off the porch at a later age, I found really interesting.
Because he was trying to be a basketball dude until he was 18, and
so
then
that's where the cap comes in.
So you get to see him go from being like a very normal kid to all of a sudden like the version of him that you see by the end, where he's all perked out, he's talking crazy on Instagram Live, talking about taking you to killing school, all this shit. Like that's just a crazy transformation to witness take place in such a short period of time.
I feel like the Z Money passing away while Z Money's best friend was in jail left the responsibility of getting the work done, and the best friend is his big brother. I felt like it left the responsibility in his hand to go handle business. And once he found out the power of the pistol, he started blanking, and then they took his chain and it just upped it some more, like, because he died whooping something out. Like, this what he did. Like, he already had the clout and the fame. He went back home from LA to go tax something. Like, anytime he catch something, he got money now. He's still sliding. Like, that's that first part of fame. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still addicted to this. Like, I catch a op, I got it because I ain't gonna have nothing to rap about next week.
No, yeah, I mean, we all make a lot of the fact that King Von got taken out before he was able to sort of like develop the sense of awareness of like what he should or shouldn't be doing as a famous person. But with the Lil Jeff thing, it's like he didn't even like get his career started. He didn't even hit 1 million views before he got killed, and he got killed doing like the exact kind of shit that like nobody would really be doing once they like reached a true level of fame. But he was still so caught up in that lifestyle that he was still just like running down on people outside their houses and shit.
Yeah, like his whole section didn't have a Lil Durk to, you know, to put him on, and like there was no he was like the highest pinnacle at that point. He's like, and what I thought was one of the trippiest things, and I don't know if there's like a cryptic subtext message there, but the way his family was involved in the lifestyle, and then like
that's typical hood shit.
No, but like the way the same people that are his family wound up being part of his supposedly
people he killed.
Yeah. So,
you talking about the people? You know what I'm saying? Hey, they say fuck my cousin. Ain't that what Lil Zay or something said?
Yeah. But you hear Dirk reference that in the YTB Fat feature the other day. He's like, I'm still playing Lil Zay, fuck my cousin. He brought it right back.
Yeah, for sure. But that's all I was thinking about. They were like, the dudes that, but you got a lot of people. They said that. Were the people from, what was it, 67th Street and 79th?
I forget.
They're from 79.
Yeah, but they had they were clicked up with somebody, and then over a chain, they start beefing. Remember, they were interviewing the other people out on the block. I feel like,
those dudes,
yeah. I feel like that's like us in like the 40s or the 30s or something. Like we every day, you know what I mean? Then like some shit go on, and you right here, right by us. I'm the hottest thing from over here with nowhere to go because I got enough money to probably house myself, but my whole crew ain't having money to all be in fucking uptown or downtown Chicago with penthouses and all that stuff. So
far from Logan
at the
Square.
end of the day, when I'm done playing PS5 and snorting my perks and the rush is kicking in, and I want to kick it and talk shit, I gotta go back to the set. You get what I'm saying? Like I gotta go over here. We beefing with the boys around the corner. I'm the hottest shit out here. We lost our homeboy. We gotta just drill while we out here. It's a fucked up world.
And if a lot of like your popularity is contingent upon the fact that you're
that you drill
top shotter,
you gotta keep on. You gotta feed the
streets,
verses.
what they want.
You gotta feed yourself because if he's rapping about it and doing this, like okay. I just rapped about that last album. Like, who else am I gonna laugh about? Because they gonna be like, shit, you talk about old shit. Now you gonna keep on bringing. You know what I mean?
It's like the way content creators.
Just imagine that rap. If he would have got that off, like I ran him down in front of his house, his boy popped out.
Because he was saying a lot of shit like that. Like that, the Tribal Ross really, he does an amazing job of bridging the lyrics to the real life events. And the fact that Jeff was rapping about like killing people in their own homes and chasing them into their homes a lot. And then that's exactly basically how he got killed. That is some fucking crazy shit.
Thank God for Bro with the switch, man. Because if Bro didn't have that switch, nigga, the walk down was finna be crazy.
But I feel like
it was a rundown. It wasn't.
There's like a killer persona and like a psycho vibe that it's like people can pick up on through the music, even if they're not actually like 100% familiar with your illicit acts. Like there's just something about like when Tribal Ross says like this guy made a lot of really great music. It's like you basically have to read between the lines and like understand that it's not like the words he was saying were so amazing or the beats were so incredible. It's like
turning his real life into a song.
Yeah, I mean, he like really like seemed like the psycho fucking killer that he actually was, and that breathes life into the music for some reason. And that's like a hard thing to kind of deal with as a rap fan sometimes. That like your attraction to this music in many ways is based on it being real.
Them niggas in Chicago too skinny to be fighters though. Them niggas gotta shoot. I was looking at that nigga like, damn.
No,
nigga,
we cannot go, boy. Yeah. And we're on drugs, like.
Yeah, like nigga, please. Nigga ain't fighting at $120 wet. He was like 120. He was like 6 foot, 130 pounds, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's a lot of King Von wasn't the biggest, like, you know what I mean? All right. YBG, if he was that skinny, he might not be here with us.
True. The fat will help you out. It'll protect you.
Yeah.
The layers.
If I wasn't buffed up, fresh out of jail when I got shot in the neck, I'd probably be in a wheelchair still. You get what I'm saying? The way it traveled through the muscle, it softened the impact on my spine, so I only fractured when it would have broke. So having some extra weight, you know what I mean? Take you a long way. Lil Reese is just a demon.
You ever been shot?
No, I've been shot at.
Really? When? Why? How?
I was a kid. It's just wrong place, wrong time.
Look at Bricc. Bricc baby was thick AF when he came out of prison. No diddy. Look.
Yo,
on the screen, look.
That's not him.
Oh yeah, that is me.
What the fuck?
That's the 6.
You look like Lucky.
When you posted those old photos
That's
of you on
fourth
IG,
day out right
I was
there.
like, that's not you.
Are you wearing a waist trainer? But is there like something strapped to your?
The nigga, that's all good.
But it looks like you got a Nintendo Switch shoved in there or something.
It might be. Oh, right here to
You
the
see
side.
that?
The real Bricc baby.
Yeah,
Or like
might be.
the sole of a shoe or something.
Or it could be like a Uzi.
Oh yeah.
No, you look like Lucky for real right there.
Shut up, Lucky.
Shout out Lucky.
Shouts
I had some like 18 inchers
Pause.
22, son.
on the hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. It's an amazing video that Tribal Ross put together about this fool, and especially seeing his parents' reaction to it, you can tell that they will really enjoy that documentary, and they would not have enjoyed a sanitized, cleaned up version of it.
What I want to know is if you guys share this sentiment. Me personally, when I hear King Von Crazy Story, any version, any of the King Von Crazy Stories, or King Von Took Her to the O, maybe a couple other records, I wouldn't care if he had the street credibility of CJ, who made the Whoopty song. Like, he could be like the fakest character ever associated with the rap game. Those songs are so good that there's no context for me.
I don't think they'd hit as hard.
But then why was Gummo hitting so hard, and then as soon as he told it, like, has never been heard since?
Yeah.
I still think Gummo's a hard record, fool. Like,
Yeah, in a bubble when it's isolated from everything else. But I feel like as rap fans, it's very hard to separate the true crime part of it from the reality.
Yeah, and I think there is, like, that does definitely play a part. And I think the only way to really prove it is to show that music to people that haven't heard it. Show Bloody to people that have never heard his music.
But he didn't really get a chance to get popping with the Gummo fans. But like the fucking lames stopped listening to Gummo around the time that he got picked up for that shit too, right? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe that's just how I remember it.
Gummo had a pretty meteoric rise, and I think a lot of it, like a big part of it, really beyond like 6ix9ine and the whole aesthetic, like that was when the Pierre Bourne sound was like at its apex. That was right when Magnolia had come out and all that. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was supposed to be Trippy's beat. We'll never know what would have happened if he didn't pick up that beat.
Trippy is like the human embodiment of Marvel What If for the SoundCloud era. What if you had got on God's plan? You know
Do we know
like,
if Trippie Redd and Coyle Ray are actually dating?
Coyle Ray's arc is insane the way she's looking right now. I'm super here for the skinny mini like resurgence that Coyle Ray is doing the dark
She
thing.
could take a lot of it for sure.
But people are making it out like they're still together, which is to me like very. I haven't actually seen any like real evidence of it.
I can't imagine what Trippy's gonna look like when he's 40.
But see, okay, look at this. This is like at his house, I guess, and like there's these big letters spelling out Coy that are lit up. And then this says like Trippie and Coy like set up right here. So like,
was it just our C-Day?
it would be so improbable if they had actually like worked things out after all these years, because that's how I fucking got to know her. I didn't know her until I seen her with Trippie. That's why I sat down to interview her in the first place. It wasn't like, oh, like she had some records that were cool or whatever, but it wasn't like, oh, I think you're next up. It was more like, oh, you're Trippie Redd's ex-girlfriend and you rap, so that's my insurance policy. Even if it's a boring interview, we're gonna be able to talk about you dating this like popular ass rapper.
Yeah, her dad.
That it took me. When I first interviewed at Rolling Loud, I did not know about that.
Oh wow.
Benzino being Trippie Redd's father-in-law would be the
Crazy.
oddest twist of fate in hip hop.
Yeah, and she
Oh
like.
wait, his Eminem diss is crazy. Yeah, y'all gotta give him
Shouts
his
to the
point.
homie for writing it.
Oh, my
Shouts to the
God.
homie. I ain't gotta say his name.
Oh, you just blew
I
Bro,
it.
gotta say his
Trippie.
name.
Wait, who's?
We know.
Benzino's diss to Eminem.
You know who wrote Benzino's Eminem diss?
Absolutely.
I would assume he has like countless Eminem disses.
Yeah,
Which
it's
one are we
like
talking about? Which is there
the
like
good one.
The good one.
There's
It was
one that
like a
stands above
4
all the
or
other
5
ones?
minute long
Yeah, the really good one that he put out a few months ago.
Yeah. He was going crazy. I'm like, nah, biz, wait, hold up. And I stumbled on that like the other day accidentally.
Rap Elvis from 6 months ago?
Shouts
Nah, it's that one. Oh, yeah,
that a
Rap
video?
Elvis. Yep,
Shouts to
Rap
the homie
Elvis.
from Atlanta who wrote that song.
Yep, it's Rap Elvis. That's the right one.
It was really kind of, 364K, 414K, but then Eminem, 15 million. I feel like that other Eminem song has like 80 million.
It's cool, but that's why we're no jumper and we fuck with the underground.
Benzina.
He really did.
Yo, but it's such like, it's always like I'll interview somebody who I fuck with. I interviewed Benzino. I thought it was such a good interview. And then Wack has to be like, no, you can't even say a word about Benzino. I'm going to show this video of him getting fucked to the ass with a purple dildo. Whatever. He's always like, he posted a fucking screenshot
He got
from
one
it.
of them?
Wack posted a screenshot of some sus shit, some sus video clip of Benzino that he's always hyping up.
With a purple dildo, the Wax. So you watched the whole shit.
But he
Wack.
always calls it the purple banger,
the purple banger.
which to me, I don't understand.
The
He's gonna
purple
drink
banger.
Bacardi to the after party.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, I feel like we gotta like harass Gunner more. If it's really gonna be the
Said you were
Gunner
gonna call me a
era,
bunch of like white names and everything. You haven't called me anything.
Tanner.
Yeah.
Tanner.
Connor.
Cody, all types of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't want to get canceled by white culture
Man,
once the
we're not
camera
gonna
came
cancel you.
on.
they will love you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you what was the craziest crime you ever committed?
Dude,
Cody.
One time,
Stuff you haven't been caught for.
I drove 1,000 weed plants to Washington.
Fire.
Yeah, I done that.
Where were they?
In the trunk of the car. Like we had all the seats down, and we had like bins in the car, and we drove them all the way.
Blowing knives all the way there.
Nah, me and the homie. Driving them up there.
Up to 5.
Yeah, all the way to, like through Oregon.
Through Grains Pass and all
yeah,
that.
I went through like Bend, Oregon, all the way.
And you never got pulled over.
So he don't
Not
have to
once.
pee.
Not once.
He's
We didn't
good?
get pulled
He don't
over
gotta pee?
once.
I can take him out.
The dog, I don't know if anybody mentioned it before. I just feel like he's creeping near that door for a reason. Normally he's over here.
Yeah, probably that.
But
That's
what
the
makes-
craziest shit.
That's
You
like the
never
one-
hit nobody in the head with a fucking bottle or anything. You get more
I
time
mean,
for
I've been in
that.
fights, but nothing like too crazy. You said the most illegal thing I've done is probably that.
Yeah, the craziest
That's like-
shit.
That's a federal,
Overstate. Yeah, exactly,
super
yeah.
federal crime, and it's also at the time. I don't know when he did it. I'm not
I did
saying
it last year.
He
Man.
No,
did
I
it 2
was
weeks
like
ago. It's not as big of a
2000.
deal.
It was
but-
like 2017, 18.
Oh yeah.
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 So that was
right when they
definitely-
turned weed legal.
Oh, I would have gone to prison. Hell yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Well,
no.
and that's the most like one of the hottest stretches of highway in the entire United States, like right there.
It's not.
That
You ever been on I-20 in between Alabama and
I
Atlanta?
said one.
Yes.
You ever been on
Yes.
I-95 by
95
coming
is-
through Florida? Yeah.
95
You
is-
gotta travel.
95
I-5 you see max 10 police on your way.
No, but the 101. If you wind up going through like actual Humboldt and
I just came from the Emerald County. The
okay,
Emerald
so
Triangle.
that 101 between Garberville and Willits,
Yeah.
that's the hottest,
Yeah.
bro.
There's
Like,
just everyone growing weed right there.
Yeah, it's like-
everyone's growing weed and just trapping like crazy.
Yeah.
All the white dreadheads.
you have to.
So
drive
you've
through there.
never committed a crime where there's been a great bodily injury
No,
involved?
never. I mean,
your
I've
life-
been like,
your
nah.
life is tough.
Me myself, no, I've never like slid and like really hurt somebody. Nah.
What's your
I've
body
been, like-
count? How many hoes have you knocked down?
Like 6. Yeah, not many.
I respect
Very
that.
generous.
Single
So you're
digit.
kind of gay.
Yeah, very
You could meet a red pill chick and she will still accept you.
Yeah.
That's enough.
That's what you're holding out for, right?
That's
Nah,
kind of gay.
I just
man.
kind of like don't care.
I know.
About pussy?
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't care.
No comprende. I don't understand, Holmes.
You just don't love it. You don't. You
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah,
you just
yeah.
don't love it enough.
What were we talking about when I said
I
that to
don't.
you?
You asked me because I was like talking. It was like over the weekend. I was like at the bar or whatever. You're like, you go to so many places, and then you asked me if I like fucked somebody, and I was like, nah. And you were like, you like it, but you don't love it.
Yeah, like you said something that made me like, damn, you really don't
might be
care about
gay,
fucking
Gunner.
that much. That's crazy.
I don't care.
A little bit, just a little
Nah.
bit. You just like girls, but you like actually like your girls. You like the gay
Yeah,
best friend.
I'm not
You're
trying
the
to,
gay
like-
best friend because you're
I'm not
not trying to
fuck
smash.
just to
Yeah,
fuck,
that's
for
what I'm
sure,
like. So
yeah.
they can invite you anywhere and play boyfriend.
I mean,
But-
But you should hold on to that.
That's like a step towards getting in the job.
If a
No.
chick thinks you got 6 bodies versus like 100, for sure they're gonna treat you different. They're gonna look at you as like a little bit more valuable as like a boyfriend. I think.
I don't know.
Are they still doing boyfriends nowadays?
I don't know.
Listen, I don't know what these bitches are doing now. I'm basing this on like my prior past
back
life
in
going
the
to the
day.
bar in Long Beach.
No one my age is doing that.
It'd be like,
Nobody's getting into relationships at your. Wait, how old are you?
Fuck no. 26.
And you really feel like that? Like
Oh, bro. Anyone from the age of like 18 to almost 30, no one's dating, bro.
you feel like all the hot chicks that you knew in your life like are off on yachts with dudes in Miami and shit?
Dubai.
Maybe not all of them, but like,
Like the really hot ones?
yeah, for sure.
Jesus
you
Christ,
just
that's
see
depressing.
You
They're
see it on
getting pissed
Instagram,
on in
yeah.
Dubai for
like
Chanel
if you're
purses.
not not just hella emotion, then they just don't give a fuck.
Hella
which is
emotion.
fun.
yeah.
You call
These
you
niggas is
motion donor.
no-mos out here. That's what I call people with no motion.
No-mos.
No most.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get them the
No-mos.
Deo Nomo jerseys.
Yeah.
Dude, motion is such a gift. It reminds me of swag.
Yeah.
Remember when
Yeah,
swag
it's
came
definitely
out?
Almost
Swag,
hidden
yeah.
swag.
And people would be
Motion.
like, hey, I like that shirt.
Swag.
Swag. It's like, yeah. Hey, I like that new shirt. Yeah, I got motion.
Swag.
I got that shirt. I got that motion.
That
When it
shit up.
graduated from swagger to swag.
Oh,
It
yeah.
started as swagger.
Yeah.
Swag.
That was like a more mature thing. I
sound like a
Nobody on
boomer
the corner
saying that.
got swagger like us.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
boomers.
swag turned into like the corniest shit you could say. If somebody said something about swag, that is like, dude, come on, you don't belong over here. Let's
The
get
motion
you.
is valid.
Let's check him for a fucking
yeah.
wire. Like, oh, yeah, you guys swagged out, bro.
If somebody were to, if I were to walk into the office and be like, hey, check me out, swag, everybody would take it
laughing.
as like a Jerkin era reference.
Yeah, like
Like
it's
this
a
is
joke.
me
Yeah, like a
alluding
joke.
to a prior time that
Yeah.
is clearly no longer the
That
current
was such
time.
a
Yeah.
dope era, though.
Lil B.
Swag.
That was the
Well,
Lil
like,
B era.
Jerk era, for sure.
That was the Lil B era.
Oh, because he was
Swag
the
is
king.
LB.
Swag, yeah.
Swag.
Cooking.
Jerking, Power Rangers, all that was dope.
Oh yeah, I miss that.
First time party by a car. Then I fuck you over here. Swag like Watasu. Hey,
My last
that Watasu.
The
jerk
goat.
story was on my birthday. I
Ellen
remember
DeGeneres.
just listening to You're a Jerk, blacking out. That's the last thing I remember.
That was my shit.
You're a jerk. I know. I'm just blacking out. That was awesome.
Where?
I don't remember some place in downtown.
Hella swag with the Zans.
Bro, I was so swag.
That was that Zan swag.
Nah, I took a fucking ecstasy.
I was gonna say that's
Oh, you were swag
Flat.
surfing.
Dude, I popped what are they? The Teslas, and then drank a little bottle of Don Julio. I was turned.
You're landing in like the gray area for swag because Teslas and swag don't go together.
Tesla's a little
Molly
later.
and swag.
Nah,
Molly,
this is a
Zans,
Tesla.
and Axe swag.
Then what's a Tesla considered?
Tesla's like
That's
Tesla's
sauce. It was
that's a
already
Euro.
sauce then.
A Tesla's a Euro. That's like an advanced.
Yeah, this
e-pill
is
that's
new
like-
e-pills. That's
yeah.
like after 2020 type shit.
They glitter.
Look, I searched swag, thinking I'm gonna find stuff like this. ASAP Rocky purple swag 13
That's
years ago,
the
very
epitome.
important reference. But then look, YG 4 years ago, swag.
Yeah, but it wasn't cool.
Well,
22 million views. I mean,
Exhibit B.
No,
It's
it goes
something.
crazy. I'm just saying, like, the swag word was out 4 years
No,
ago.
for
That was
sure,
up.
yeah.
Oh, it's been out for a long.
oh, Soldier Boy,
That
turn
was
my
my shit.
swag
Okay,
on.
this-
That was it.
It's on-
59. Now we're talking.
Turn My Swag On is one of the most important.
One of the
And then
best
swag
songs ever.
surfing.
musical history.
Swag surfing was that shit.
But that's
Swag surfing
14 years ago. It's 2010. That's when
Yeah.
Pretty Boy swag. Soldier Boy was definitely using the swag
The
card
swag.
over and over.
My
yeah.
swag.
And YouTube wasn't the place for video, so you can't judge that 10 million because that was an MTV2 thing right there.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
man,
MySpace,
MTV too.
pulling
Yeah,
up
yeah,
other videos on
yeah.
MySpace.
But look, Lil Tony, he got a song called Swag 8 months ago, 836K. They're trying to bring it
bought
back.
those.
Kevin Gates, Cartel Swag.
Cartel swag. Adding the word cartel
To swag.
That can make
insinuates-
anything cool.
It
Yeah.
insinuates something else.
Okay.
Swag it
Kind of
up.
makes it a little.
Zendaya, swag it out.
Oh, Zendaya.
Okay, so I'm not
From
mad.
Euphoria?
But that's
love her.
12. That's like
Yes.
when she was a little kid.
Is it seriously?
Yeah. It's
This will for sure get us.
I just want to like
Nah,
see
you said me.
her to confirm. Wow, this is
Yeah.
actually her. I'm not gonna listen to it. Wait, what the? So was she like a Disney kid or something?
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
Disney kid.
Okay, so I know her from like Euphoria
That's a
and
Disney kid
Smart
fan.
Water ads.
Oh, she's been the shit since she came out the womb.
Zendaya's.
Yeah, she's up in this
That's
shit.
crazy. Lil
I
B,
own
I
swag.
own swag.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
He
Wow,
does.
He
this is the
absolutely
most
does.
epic to date. I loved it when Lil B would do this. He would put like his name, the name of the song, the
then the
music
title.
video, and then just some more information to make you want to click on. You know who's actually doing this right now? Peep Game. This made me laugh when I saw this fucking title earlier today. Look at this.
Matt Hoffman.
Matt Hoffman.
knocked off.
Was Mecca right or wrong about Trap Lord Ross? Drop a comment. What the fuck is that, Math?
Get involved.
Math. This is some Lil B in 2011 ass shit right here. Drop a comment. I couldn't believe it when I
That
saw
is
that.
kind of a base title. I'm not gonna
The
lie.
numbers
Yeah.
ain't been hitting. He got to get some engagement.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
like that. I mean, I shout out to Matt.
No, but somebody told him like, "Yo, if you get a lot of comments, it'll help you in the
Yeah,
algorithm." He's
yeah,
like,
for
"Oh, I'm
sure.
telling these
Yeah.
Drop a
motherfuckers."
comment.
But that's the only one he did this on, as
that's
far as I
that's
can
the
tell.
latest one. It's
Because
like,
well, and it had a simple title, so he's like, "Oh, I got a little bit more room. Drop
give
a
me an
comment."
answer. Yeah.
And then look how this one has more views than most of the other ones.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like them arguing about this was kind of like important because on like when me and Trap Lord Ross went and did the Math Alpha episode, this dude Mecca basically was like going in on Trap Lord Ross and like trying to make the argument that Trap Lord Ross's videos are like this net negative for society.
Yeah.
And everybody in there, like even Math was kind of like not riding with his homie, and me and Trap Lord Ross were just like not going for it at all. And like I had a lot of people ask me like, "Oh, how was that recent episode of Math and Trap Lord Ross?" And I was just kind of like, "Yeah, you probably don't really need to watch it. It was pretty." We pretty much talked about like one thing the whole time, which was like Mecca trying to pin all these Chicago deaths on Trap Lord Ross.
Like
And
you had more like
it's tough to make that argument when so many of these songs are so popular, like way more popular than any video Trap Lord Ross has ever
Come
made.
on, bro. They screaming niggas' names that just got shot in the head in
And
the
that-
song. Like,
and if you
what-
actually-
how is Trap Lord Ross
Responsible for that.
If you watch a Trap Lord Ross video, it's like you can just choose to look at all of the like societal context and shit that he puts in there and just be like, he's just putting that to like pad this thing out, make it longer, and it's like he don't really give a fuck. But like, you know, there's a lot of moments in his videos, like big stretches of time where he tries to draw attention to the systematic conditions that resulted in these dudes who are so fucked up and have no respect for human life, etc. And it's like I don't know if you like really have watched that King Von documentary. It's tough to make the case that this is like
A redeemable.
that what Traplo Ross is doing is in some way comparable or worse than what the rappers themselves have done.
And on top of that, Trap Lord Ross always further contextualizes shit with the music. He'll be like, these are the important releases this guy had.
Which
like,
is important because Mecca's argument and part of it is like this is a channel about killing. It doesn't have anything to do with the music, but Traplo Ross pays way more attention to the actual music. Aside from actually like playing the music, he really is getting in there and talking about the lyrical content a lot. Which I don't think that would make Mecca that much happier because his argument is still going to be like, well, you're paying attention to the lyrics that are about killing young black men.
Well, it's
Mecca's not paying attention to their fucking IG live rants when they telling each other, "Nigga, I'ma kill you and I see you," and all the shit that the tweets that go along with the murders that antagonize the other side. Like, you're way out of date, brother. Don't talk about.
Well, but
you know what I mean, like,
so his argument,
about some old shit right there.
His argument and it's pretty much a similar thing that the Joe Budden dudes were trying to when they was getting it at.
Exact same content. Yeah,
it's basically like, well, you're giving this platform that validates their actions, and you're like, but really they already put that content out themselves. All Ross is doing is archiving it in a way that's actually accurate. You know what I mean? In a palatable way. So it's actually doing a service to what's going on and archiving the landscape of modern. Yeah, you know what I mean?
And I like Mecca. I think he's a solid,
that's the homie.
solid co-host on that podcast and everything. But for sure,
wrong fight.
Math Huffin needs to just like ban that specific conversation from his platform because it is just so old and played out and nobody gives a fuck anymore.
What about is Hollywood trying to make all black men
Wait, is Hollywood trying to make all black men gay? Blatant programming exposed. Does anyone really think that? Just because you can point to like a handful of times over the years in which black people have worn dresses in movies, I mean, I don't know.
But like they say, even
Doubtfire wore a dress.
Yeah, they say beyond that, like it's definitely. There's been so many allegations of there needing to be a humiliation ritual in order to transcend to the next level of stardom, and people, Tyler Perry dressing as a woman, things like that.
They didn't pay him to do that. He paid himself to do it.
But these are but that's what people lean on. You know what I mean? Like these are.
I feel like if you gay, you gay, gang. Hollywood can't make you gay. Can't nothing else make you gay. If you're not gonna wear a dress, it's not an amount of money they could pay you to wear it.
But also, wearing a dress does not in any way make you gay. No. And I feel like a lot of dudes, successful black men in Hollywood, they have an opportunity to wear a dress. They're comedians. They've been basically doing self-deprecating shit on stage and in movies, whatever. Like you make a joke out of yourself to make people laugh. It's just kind of what you do. So it's when it comes time to like throw a dress on, to me, it never would have even entered my mind that was like a humiliation ritual. I was just thinking it's like you have a movie role, they're probably gonna like, try to make it funny. There's something pretty fucking funny about a grown man wearing a dress.
Well, they said that about that Tu Wong Fu movie.
Well, see, you guys don't get your ass whooped for wearing your mom's clothes around the house. Like black, it's embedded. It's embedded in our DNA.
And that's why these Jewish movie executives are trying to help y'all grow. It's all good. You can wear a dress. We want you to have the same freedom that us, the Jewish media industry, has.
Yeah. We
gay it up.
I mean, we decline, most of us.
I've never seen Denzel wear a dress. Am I tripping? Like Denzel,
Young Doug wore a dress,
but he was in the movie Devil in the Blue Dress.
That was not the stick.
He was in that movie. He was not. It clearly said devil, which connotates the white man. Yeah. And I never seen Samuel L. Jackson wear a dress. Did Cuba Gooding wear a dress? He might have worn a dress.
Iconic black actors that never wore a dress is the first video that comes up as recommended.
Why is it only 23 seconds long?
Damn.
Oh, we got
damn.
Yeah, Denzel never wore a dress, fool.
Denzel never had to wear a dress because he had real street N-words he was tapped in with, and then it's a picture of Denzel Washington
with Jay Prince.
Yeah, Jay Prince.
Oh, that's what it is.
I mean, to be fair, Denzel Washington not really like a comedic actor, right?
No,
it's like more of a serious actor.
There'd be no reason for him to wear it.
Yeah, we look at him as Malcolm X his whole career, so it's like you can't fucking wear a dress after you played Malcolm X, brother.
That would kind of be going against.
Yeah, it's going against how you came in the game.
He'll always be the that drug dealer guy from what's it called?
He's Alonzo.
Yeah,
from Training Day.
But all these like normal things that white people do in the context of like comedic films are then like reframed as being gay as fuck if a black dude does it.
Well, there's like cultural normality differences, whatever. But the thing is also, like, fools like laugh at things in like white people like think that certain things are funny that other races don't. You know
I know. And then like white people write movies, cast black people in those movies, and then there's gay shit. Like I don't feel like there's any. I personally don't feel like there's ever been a conversation between a bunch of like white movie writers where they're like, listen, this is how we're going to get one over on the black community. We're going to get them to do some gay shit in the movie, wear a dress in the movie. Like the reality is like if I wrote a movie, that is the kind of comedic trope I would be perfectly happy to use, and it wouldn't even fucking cross my mind until now it would, because I've seen this conversation going on.
Yeah.
But if I got a movie role and they wanted me to wear a dress, the last thing I would be thinking is like, oh, like they're trying to
Humiliate.
demasculate me.
Yeah.
But I think like the comedy comes in it when it occurs to people that look like they would never do it. If it's like a big tough guy
There
or
you
whatever.
go, yeah.
It doesn't matter what race it is, you know, like if it's a
You give off a tough image, they want to try and.
yeah, and all of a sudden like that's funny.
Yeah.
The tough dude's wearing
Everybody at this table, if there was a clip of all of us running down the street wearing a dress, the Bricc Baby one would be the funniest.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who's not supposed to do that.
for sure.
It would be unfunny for me because everybody would already get it that is like well within my wheelhouse of things I would do to make you laugh.
And it'd be unfunny for Gunner because we know he's the one we'd be borrowing the dresses from. So like,
I don't know if my dress would fit you.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
you know.
I'm trying to squeeze him.
I'm a little shorter than this guy too, so.
But no, absolutely. Yeah, people look for it, overlook for reasons to find like race baiting. You know what I mean? Like it becomes so excessive at a certain point. And I'm someone that's not tolerant of things that I deem as racist, but also I do enjoy like racially charged humor.
Yeah.
I feel like it just comes down to is it hateful or not? Because I can make fun of every single race in the world and have it not be hateful. You know what I mean?
You ever like see a random Gavin McInnes clip? Like he's racist and he's pretty funny. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm just gonna give it to him.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that he feels so free to act racist as fuck on camera. It's like it harkens back to an older time.
Well, yeah,
it's just like nobody in polite society gets away with that.
And that's a big part of this conversation too. Is like
That's why
it's
Wack
eras.
doing what he did to Lefty was funny.
Right.
He's crossing a line that very few people get to cross. I wouldn't really be able to do that joke in the same way.
It wouldn't hit the same.
It would hit us way more racist if I was the one doing the Mexican accent. Yeah.
Right. But also like Wack wearing the dress running would be the
Oh my
funniest.
god! And that would be it would be even funnier than the Bricc Baby thing. Because Bricc Baby seems like he has more of a sense of humor about gay shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Wack in a dress. Oh my god! Do we have any AI gods out there? I'm not saying I'm soliciting this, but if that were to be posted in the Reddit, I wouldn't be mad.
Freaky ass 6'9" AI gods. but that's also like back in the 90s when a lot of those movies like Mrs. Doubtfire, all that shit was cracking off. It was considered super funny. Remember, It's Pat?
Yes, loved it.
It's Pat, which
It's Pat?
okay, so It's
This is
Pat.
all before me.
It's
wow,
Pat
I
was a
gotcha.
skit that started on SNL and became a movie, as a lot of comedies did in that
Right here.
era.
Oh, wow.
And Pat was a sexually ambiguous, androgynous character who in real life was played by a woman, but you kind of think it's a dude, but you can't tell if it's
Yeah.
a dude or a girl, which was the funniest thing in the world at the time.
Yes.
He has a girlfriend you see there, or you can't tell it's another sexually ambiguous character who was named Chris, and Chris was played by a dude.
What a great name.
Dressed like, perfect name.
Yeah,
Pat and
This
Chris.
kind of reminds me of the this guy who Gunner also reminds me of.
It does, huh? This is just a glimpse into the IRL streaming future. but the thing is, like Adam Gunner, think about this movie being made now.
Oh, when it
This
fly.
would never get greenlit,
Yeah.
fool. Like,
Which is so bad.
It's like the first episode of the Chappelle Show. That would,
Right.
That would not happen right now.
never.
Can I point out, yesterday, I had both mac and cheese ice cream as well as fried chicken ice cream.
Whoa.
No, I think it was fried chicken and watermelon ice cream. I might be
Okay.
tripping.
Now that sounded racist.
Yeah.
Wait.
You just made that up.
Yeah.
No, I can show you.
sounds
Salt
made up.
and straw.
Okay, salt and straw, they
exclusive
got some crazy
They have
shit.
all these crazy
Yeah,
ass
yeah.
But if they
flavors.
made a watermelon and fried chicken
That
flavor,
sounds
like,
racist on
That
that.
does-
what do they really think?
I might be like combining. Okay, because they have all these like exclusive. Okay,
Watermelon ice cream sounds nice.
these are all their featured flavors right now: grilled peach, white chocolate custard,
That sounds good.
smoked mac and cheese.
Chocolate custard.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I'm gonna be real with you. This was
I was waiting
gross.
for a
This
cut.
was
Sounds
gross.
gross.
Mac and cheese, gross. Cinnamon and honey fried chicken. There you go. There you go. That's
Fire.
this was okay.
That sounds
This
good.
was
Because
decent.
it's really like the skin of the chicken, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Sour cherry pie. I didn't get a chance to try this one. I really wanted to. Arabiquina olive oil,
Steven did not fuck with this place when we were.
chocolate gooey brown. This is the best ice cream in the entire
That shit
fucking
look
world.
fire.
I like it a lot.
That
It's gas.
This looks bomb,
snickerdoodle.
fool.
That snickerdoodle look crazy.
Yeah, but those are like regular flavors. Double fold vanilla. These are regular flavors. They have these all the time. Freckled mint chocolate chip. I hate mint. I would never eat that. Honey lavender.
Coffee with the nuts.
At this point, these are not the exclusive flavors. These are just the regular flavors. Pear and blue
I'm
cheese.
smooth.
This is where they have
crazy.
the.
I'm smooth off the
Brickleberry,
charcuterie
right?
flavor.
This
Pear and blue cheese might be fired up.
It might. But
I had to
blue
order
cheese
this
is
a few
kinda-
times to realize I didn't like it because I love chocolate chip cookie dough, but salted malted chocolate chip cookie dough, I don't know what it is. Something is lost
No,
here.
that looks amazing.
In theory, it seems like a great idea. In reality, ugh.
Too much going on.
Was the salted throwing
The
it off?
salted, yeah, I think the salted was the thing that was not doing it for me. I don't know. Salty donut, guava, and cheese. Panther coffee, chocolate,
That
tres
was bomb.
leches.
Yeah,
This
we
is a
can
lot
do
of
that.
shit going on.
That
Ooh,
fire.
Ooh, the
look
cake.
at this cake. It's an
That's an actual cake.
$80 ice cream cake. It's like this fucking big. It's huge.
I like it
What
also.
does that remind you of? Like some shit that you make in jail?
This. The other day I seen him eating Fruit Loops mixed with oatmeal,
Oatmeal.
and he just goes, "This is some prison shit."
Yeah, you, can put you don't got hot water all the time. You put the oatmeal inside the cold cereal. Still get your oats.
I like how funfetti's in the mix here. I'm a big funfetti.
Funfetti.
Oh,
opponent.
funfetti is fun.
How do you
Yeah.
feel about Dunkaroos?
You don't just eat your Dunkaroos, you dunk your Dunkaroos, motherfucker.
That's
Better.
a fact. Hey,
on, man.
as I specified, I am in single dad mode. I would love to sit here and shoot the shit with you guys for an extra hour, but
It's okay.
I
You
gotta
have
get
to make
set.
like a chip.
I don't know if you guys have any topics left that you want to hit, or if you want to save it all for the
wanna
music
hit
listening
Gunna.
stream.
Yeah, I was thinking about harassment.
Hey, and I was gonna say, yeah, if any of you guys want to crack Gunner, that's probably up for
I'll
grabs.
probably
yeah.
crack Gunner.
Hey, this is a big opportunity for you.
Okay.
Rick
Don't drop
baby,
the ball.
he's like Harvey
a big
Weinstein
cosign.
of Crippin.
That's a
He
big
could get you
cosign, I
big
think.
opportunities.
I know.
You let him get that pussy, he will get you in the game.
Because I seen you at the park, Mark.
Dude, I had such a great time there.
At J.O.?
Yeah.
You was at J.O.?
I loved that place.
You got to go to J.O., cuz.
Jesse
What's
Owens
that?
Park.
Jesse Owens
It was
in
a
the
great time.
90s.
For the 9-0s,
Wait, what's the beach that you were making fun of?
Mother's
Blackwater.
Beach.
No, there was
Yeah,
another
we were
one.
talking about Mother. That's basically Doc
Mother's
Wilder
was a little
Jr.
beach at Marina.
Yeah.
But there's
That's
another
the-
one that I saw that I felt like it was the one that you were talking shit about, but maybe not.
For sure, Mother's
forget
Beach,
it.
where it
Mother's
says,
Beach is the man-made beach behind Cheesecake
with the
Factory.
end of storm drain sign, like you're literally swimming in poo.
Shit.
I mean, it's
Shit. It's not no shit in that water.
There's shit in that water.
I've never
fool.
ran into a
There's
turtle.
There's shit in all the water around us.
Especially there. That's like shit epicenter.
It's fish shit.
That's a Ninja Turtles lair.
It's a different type of cut.
I'll inhale a load of shit if it means that I get to have some fun in the sun.
All you got to do in order to see him do that is go on what website?
Onlyplugtalk.com.
There
You
you
can see
go.
me literally eat a turd out of my wife's ass. Yeah.
Yo, no,
yeah.
look, this is what we should do. We should throw a picnic. No Jumper Hood Day should be at Mother's Beach.
Yes. Yes. That would be so lit.
If we throw a hood day, Dockweiler Beach. That's
that's
the one
what
I
I
saw.
said.
I
I
said
said
Doc
I
Dockweiler.
just saw it
We said-
like
so-
right after we did the episode the other day.
Doc Wild is where everyone from like the hood. That's like the beach of choice.
That's the only place that has bonfires.
As
Yeah.
bonfires
Oh, right,
all night
okay, that's what
long.
you're saying. Yeah.
So
You can
it's-
walk
You
up
can
to
park your car on
strangers.
the-
Okay,
Same,
but if we
right?
do a No Jumper Hood Day, then what separates us from an actual gang? Because I feel like at that point, I would understand if all the real gangs were like, well, fuck them. They're a gang now. We got to kill them.
no, we could just have No Jumper Day. You could take the hood off the front of
Yeah.
the day.
We know what it means. We know.
It's implied.
yeah.
I mean, if you have Wack and Bricc baby hosting the No Jumper Day,
That's
how
a
can they
different-
say that it's gangbang?
Listen,
Gunner.
more than anything in the world, I
it's super
want
neutral.
you and fucking Wack to be on good terms so that when we do the No Jumper Cypher, we can have Wack be the fucking Frenchman, or not the Frenchman, the DJ Khaled of the whole thing.
I was like, what, you want Wack to have the worst verse? Is that what you said?
How dare you? Can't do French like that. But wouldn't that be fucking amazing to have fucking Wack just like barreling back and forth? Just being like,
we the West.
it's no jumper. It's the West.
Yeah, we the West.
All right, I got dip. You guys, if you want, you could just grill Gunner for a little bit more.
I don't think you could be the best you with Wack right there because you guys
Oh,
tear
the
each
verse is
other's
already
down
gonna be
so much.
recorded.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna take his phone though. I don't want him leaking clips of me spazzing.
He will too.
Oh, definitely for sure. Take your phone.
He will.
Yeah,
too.
Gunner. You all left
gets
with
me.
me.
All right, yeah. Grill
What's
his
next?
Hey, everybody out there, I love you. Smash the like button, drop a comment. We'll be back Thursday. I don't know. Maybe I'll be there Thursday. I'm not 100% sure, but I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Gang.
He gonna be there Thursday.
What's the illest way you ever intake drugs?
Have you boofed?
Ooh,
You
I've
a boofer?
smoked DMT like 10 times.
Fuck. It sounds like you're addicted at 10.
Nah, it was just hella fun. Yeah, I've smoked DMT like 10 times. That was a good time.
Describe like your gnarliest DMT.
Can I get a
Oh, I
fucking
remember-
backwood? My daughter out there tripping too.
I
Everybody got a
remember
leaf.
being on
Any
Hollywood
type of leaf.
Boulevard with like one of my friends, and he like wanted to do it for his first time, and I was telling him to like, you have to hold it in, bro. It's not gonna hit you. And he like held it in and like literally passed out, cracked his head on the floor. And I'm like tripping out while this is happening.
That's because he never breathed. I think he suffocated himself.
Yeah, you're
Like,
not supposed to. Yeah.
We have to like hold it in for a couple of seconds for it to hit.
Yeah, but he
like
probably
dabbing.
did like,
like
a
with
minute.
any.
Yeah.
You were
You
dabbing DMT?
Yeah.
How?
You're nuts.
With a nail.
So is it gooey or is it crystally?
What, the DMT?
Yeah.
No, it's like a sand.
well, you could
like a
like
powder.
typically how I've consumed it is sprinkling it on like a bowl and smoking.
Yeah, you could do it like
That's
that.
the same thing then.
Yeah, it is.
But dabbing would be like way more
Yeah, wait,
concentrated.
yeah, whoa.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Feeling it till you're feeling it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should try it sometime.
Put a blue on there. Huh?
Perfect.
Oh my
just
God,
dab a
dab
blue,
a
yeah.
blue. Oh shit.
No, one of my homies I saw literally.
Patreon coming soon.
One of my homies was in like we're in the trap house. He took the homie's dab rig and literally, I want to say, 3/4 of a gram of Scante, like half a gram
for
of
sure.
Scante, dabbed that motherfucker. I was like, I couldn't believe what
You
I was.
followed up the rest of the
bro.
Followed up.
No, no,
Come on, bro. That's too
Nah.
epic for you not to hit it at least a
I'm
little
terrified.
bit.
I'm not like I've never been like a big Scante smoker. Like,
But I mean, it happened in front of you.
I've never done that.
no, that made me like really concerned for my friend. And I was like, are you gonna,
That's just
are you gonna
normal
be
to
okay?
him. Like
Yeah.
it's regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I lied about any paper. I lied.
Oh.
I lied. Can I get a loose leaf, bro? Mike.
Yeah, come on. FTP
Like-
loose sleeves.
I'll smoke him in a loose
Yeah.
puff him. Gunner, here's what I want to know, bro.
All right.
All right.
You got a Jansport hoodie on?
What?
That's a Jansport?
What?
Oh yeah, you dope as fuck.
He is hard.
That's dope.
What do you need to know, Lush?
But I want to know, so beyond,
wants to show
so
it
the,
off.
the 6 bodies that you've caught.
Okay.
All right.
We're going back to this.
Yeah, I just want
Okay.
a racial demographic.
I wasn't trying to paint you gay. He is. I was trying to talk about regular.
This
shit.
isn't about men.
No,
this
no,
is
no.
sex with, I'm assuming,
I
women.
know.
Like,
I know.
I want to know the race. I want to know.
5 white girls and then 1 like Hispanic girl.
Okay.
So you
yeah.
never went black.
Actually,
Yet.
yes, I have cracked a black girl.
It didn't count though.
No, I have. Of course it counts. What the hell?
Because you could have paid for it. It doesn't count.
Yeah, I was
I've
going to
never
say,
had
did you pay?
pussy, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If
Do I
you
look like I paid for pussy?
if you pay
No.
for it,
Okay.
Hey, are you guys all right over there?
Here's the thing, Gunner. Like, having to pay for pussy is one thing, but
Okay.
enjoying on
Just
occasion.
a nice timeout. You're
Look,
saying?
once you reach a certain age, you realize that a lot of people, they don't pay prostitutes to come.
They pay for them to leave.
Yeah, fuck the small talk. Hey, you ever got your ass ate?
Yes.
Yo.
Yes.
This is
I'll
escalating.
excitedly say yes to that.
Whoa, this is
Yeah.
escalating.
Okay, so out of the 6, are you banging them like every night? Like it's 6, but I fucked her like 100
Nah,
times, like
probably
3 a days.
only like 2 of them really. Yeah, where I'm just like fucking them every night. Yeah. Not really like that anymore.
Yeah.
Was it one of the white
So
girls
you
or the
have a-
Latina that ate your ass?
It was a white girl. Yeah.
that's
Dude, there's some
nice.
crazy questions. This is really what you want to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to know about your asshole. It's a very sacred thing
Tight.
at No Jumper.
It's important, you know.
Because we don't know if you're like, oh, what side of the spectrum you on. Like, it's like Adam, then you have like a Jess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a Jack like Jess. You got an Adam, then you got like a Lush gay. Then, you know,
I don't think I'm further on
So
the
you're trying
gay
to figure
spectrum.
out-
No, I'm saying
I
I'm
think-
going backwards. I'm saying like it's Lush than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're less than Adam. I just know that. Between me and you, that's like I think depends on the day.
But the more liquor I drink, I'll say some gay shit for sure.
Yo, let's change the subject because he's about to start releasing those demons.
Do you have any like you seem like a peaceful dude, but do you have any gnarly fade stories?
Not really. Just like there was like one time where I got down with someone for like stealing my skateboard a really long time ago. But like I don't know. Once I turned 18, I stopped going to school. I just started like hanging out with all the weed guys and the trappers and stuff. And there was never many like conflicts I was getting into.
Can we pull up
shit.
that topic because it's a woman that has more bodies in her mouth than you have on your dick?
For sure, I would believe it.
She says that she sucked 16 dicks right
In
after.
in one night.
Yeah,
I bet.
let's see what they're talking about.
There's a whole section on Pornhub for that.
Is this one?
Yeah.
Chicago woman going viral for saying to sucking 16 dicks at once. Yeah.
She's not even
Did
ugly.
you black? I thought that was a white girl. 16 dicks, bitch. You a Hall of Famer for a black bitch.
I'd believe it.
She had to suck 16 dicks, bitch.
Yeah, I'm good. That's not my cup of tea. They got to be like,
I think if you're in the first three, if you're like 1, 2, or 3, like
I ain't gonna lie, it been nights where if it's one bitch at the house and she willing to suck every dick in that motherfucker, we gonna
I'm
line
out of
up
that
and do
bitch.
this as a single file line. I go first.
when in
Cause
Rome.
I'm usually the nigga with the hot 40 in my pocket. You know that come with a hot 40. You gotta give her a wet 2 dubs.
Pody hots.
You got what?
I mean,
Bitch asked me for a 40.
or the little, you feel me, a little half a gram. You
No, it started at
Half a
40.
gram,
Like,
that's
let
all
me
it
get
costs?
$50. Like, bitch, I got 40 for you, but you gotta
that's
suck
50
some
too
dicks.
much though.
No, I'm saying you gotta suck some dick. I got 40 for you. I don't have the whole 50 ever. You know what I mean? And you gotta suck some dick, bitch. Oh, because at this point, why are you asking me for $40? Why are you picking on me? You know what I mean? Not for real. And then
and
she'll-
depending on how good she is, determines if there's like a possibility of an Uber.
because she was gonna suck dick anyway
That's what the
before she
$40 is
left.
for.
No, the 40's for the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for the Uber ride home.
You can't suck my dick hopping out of Uber.
No, really? Okay. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah,
You
nah.
got standards.
Nah, not with no car. Like, we not doing that shit.
Well, I don't want to put the homie on blast, but he literally did that the other day.
What, suck some dick for an Uber ride?
No, the bitch came through in an Uber and sucked his dick. But
Does she have a car, though?
she does own a car.
All right, that's
There's
cool.
nothing wrong with that.
But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, if you don't got a car and you still suck a dick for $40, like $40 dick sucks are for girls that was gonna suck dick anyway.
Yeah.
And they needed some gas money. So it's like, let me get 50. Like, bitch, I got 40. Yeah, you gotta
Where are you
suck it
finding
now.
these people?
Oh, that,
Outside.
she'll do it.
Oh, her.
She might ask for 100. It's a new day. She's Gen Z. She's Gen Z. You catch a bitch 31, 32, they know that it's $40 and under.
Horrible.
No, really, all she had to do was get mad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I mean, where is it at? Let's see what she's talking about. Is it a part where she's?
No, it's just like 2 pictures.
She tweeted it. I remember.
I got mad one time and sucked 16 dicks.
To be fair, she didn't specify sequentially.
What got her
That
mad?
could have been over like a 2-week period.
Or is this an ad for a fucking
An OnlyFans?
OnlyFans? Yeah, because like at this point, bitch, we don't believe you. You don't got no receipts.
What do you think she's mad about?
She didn't get chlamydia or nothing. Like you can't hear. Like, come on, 1 in 16 Americans have chlamydia.
You can get it?
Yeah, throat it be Pulverized.
Bro, you can get syphilis in your eye. I'm pretty sure you can get chlamydia from getting.
Wait, the only way I've ever got claps was from getting head. If my bitch ass.
There you go.
If my bitch. Like, you're burning. Like, I just got my dick sucked. I would not fuck that bitch raw. Like, what are you talking about?
Chlamydia is like a whole like virus or some shit, right? Like your whole body's sick. It's not just like something.
Look how healthy you are. You've never been burnt.
Me, nah.
Get your pussy ass from out of here.
Never
bro.
been burnt.
So, well, six
It's a
bodies
pussy,
like.
bro. He's a pussy. I just playing,
I feel
bro.
like there's a whole. I feel like there's a
Come
whole.
on, man.
arc.
I was just at Jesse Owens Park.
Damn.
Bro,
level of credibility.
you were the only one there that ain't never got a shot in their ass for fucking the wrong
sure.
bitch.
Probably.
That shit happens to us right in fucking high school. High school,
like
runny dick.
Fast women.
Like a snotty nose dick.
Yeah, I was
It
staying away
sucks.
from those girls in high school.
And don't have cotton
wasn't
drawers
interested.
on because it'll start ripping at the tip of your dick. And that's where the
bro.
burn comes from. Because you never want to believe that it's chlamydia. You like, oh, nuts are just running for like a whole week. Like, yeah, it's just a little nut
It's just a little
overload.
queso, cold queso.
Then when it starts sticking, you like, you done pulled that bitch off a million times.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
thank God I've never had to do any of that.
Yeah, I'm like 6 times in.
You still haven't called me any like white names.
You want me to call you something dirty? Huh, Hunter?
That's not what I said.
Hunter?
Right before we started this, you're like, yeah, you're Luke, Brian, Brad, Chad.
Hunter.
Chad is not a. It's so
Gunner
funny.
and Hunter.
I know a lot of black dudes named Chad. I've met multiple
Chad?
Chads that are black.
I've met a couple Chads, but they've all been white.
Bro. All right, let's do what
I've also met a white Daryl. So.
Let's do
Okay.
one more. Let's do one more of these.
One more what, topic?
Yeah, because you need to come with shit that you want to talk about. You're white. I don't know what the fuck you want to talk about.
In
You
fact,
guys be talking about like some stuff I don't even know about.
Like Ice Spice selling 26,000.
Of course I know about Ice Spice.
okay, so yeah, there you go.
Nah, but really what I wanted to get to was
That
it was
Bloodhound guy sounds cool.
yeah, no, he's
I gotta watch
super.
that.
He's super cool. But YSL Mondo says that we owe Gunna an apology because he's not a real snitch.
This one?
Yeah. YSL co-founder says Gunna should have never been labeled as a rat. He never took the stand and testified. So, Mondo, didn't we do an interview with Mondo? What was his stance on this when we did the interview?
Is his energy
Do
changing?
you remember, Donnie?
Well, let me look. And
Because I want to say that he was not feeling,
The whole Gunna thing.
or he might have been there to side with Gunna. I feel like he wasn't feeling the Gunna thing, but then DK, he was caught kicking it with DK, and DK had told or took the same deal to get out, and he was like, it was something. I don't want to twist his words up because I really don't,
Right.
because I don't want to even.
Well, and Mondo
go
is
through the
he's
protocol.
literally like Thug's business partner.
Yeah, I was there. That's why I'm like, I really grew up with Cuz, so I don't want to twist his words. That's why I don't really talk about the YSL case, because it's for some reason my words always hit harder than somebody else's shit.
Yeah,
And then they're my homeboys.
these are your friends.
Yeah, no, but no matter what the situation is, I can say the same shit as academics, but everybody want to kill the Bricc.
Well, yeah, but also academics isn't friends with those guys. Like you.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't speak on it. Like, even with the Woody shit, I could have told y'all he killed Nut fucking months or years.
You could have.
Yeah, I'm not the one that's gonna tell you that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So do we owe Gunna an apology? What do you guys think?
Damn, I'm not never gonna be able to read that like that.
It's so small.
Yeah, it's a lot of words.
He said, I'm man enough to say I should never have spoke about the Gunna situation. Cause I told you,
So
I
he
knew
took
had-
accountability,
all
yeah.
right. So he did have another stance because I was the one kind of like, hey, you know what I mean? But it says, spoke about the Gunna situation because technically he didn't rat, just kind of folded under pressure and should have just stayed down with his mans till everything was over because all the originals no, he ain't did nothing, wasn't even around from the beginning, and so wasn't gonna do no real time regardless. I feel bad because now a nigga who literally is a real live rat running around the
impressed.
city getting glorified and smiling like he ain't just sent multiple niggas to jail. I was so mad and hurt at the same time that my brother going through this. This shit is very little, guys.
Yo, Bricc clearly institutionalized it. He was reading a wheeler right now.
Yeah, he said going through this shit after he turned a lot of niggas up who he should have never allowed in our circle. He can't speak up, so I felt I'm the only one who can and should be speaking up. That's the only reason I start talking about Gunna, but I'm a real nigga in real life and ain't no mystery in my history. I'm not afraid to say that I was wrong, and saying Gunna is a rat was dead ass wrong, but I can't take nothing back. I just got to stand on what I said and take whatever come with it.
Oh,
no funny shit. I'm glad Gunna out here putting the
what the fuck?
I guess he said putting on the brand. He said I'm glad Gunna out here putting the brand label on his back. It was a good thing he took a plea, because at the end of the day, never took the stand, never testified. He did what made sense for him and turned out good, because bro out here putting up numbers musically.
That's the key sentence in everything. That's the most important sentence, guys.
Twin gone because the major labels scared to let me in the door. Oh, this is what that's about.
Oh,
okay.
Now.
All right, we get to the nitty gritty. I hear you though. You was supposed to be the one putting on. All right, scared to let me in the door. He said I've been blackballed damn near. He said I also have to blame myself for being too heavy in the streets. They scared to give me a chance because they think it's a bad investment. Or you're 35.
Yeah, I can't imagine why they think that.
Think I might die or go to jail or only go. All right, let me stop. Though you dead ass wrong, Mondo. He said I might die or go to jail because I was in the streets for real. In real life, they know I'm not one of these cap ass rap niggas who ain't living like that in real life. That's why rappers get killed after they get signed, because they let the money trick them into thinking that they gangsters. On bro now.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about rants?
How did he type that? Oh, he just did a whole.
Oh my God.
You know what, though? This is another example. We talk about this all the time. People come out their face, say some wild shit, make some accusations. People run with the narrative. They believe it. The retraction that comes later is heard by a significantly smaller audience.
Yeah.
So this is
from the beginning,
pissing on a forest fire.
From the beginning of the time, I said that what Gunna did wouldn't be considered snitching where I'm from, cause probably it'd be a DPable offense though, because in the homies probably a DP. You outside of the big homies just like giving the okay for it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, this your pack, y'all fighting the case. You didn't wait it out until everybody decided to let you cop a plea. So at the end of the day, we on your ass. And you got to think, while people are emotionally fighting the case and they watching somebody that was involved in the case live their life on the streets, it's going to be fuck them.
Right.
Till you stay down and like your real self come. Like, you can't blame nobody. Gunna was not there the night Nut got killed. Essentially, this is the reason why everybody's in jail. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
He wasn't there. He wasn't even kicking it with y'all at this point. Somebody should have took it upon themselves to say, hey, Gunna's a Crip. He has nothing to do with YSL, the gang. We bought him in on the label side of things. He don't know shit. Kick him. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It didn't have to be Thug. It could have been somebody else that was not being charged for murder.
Plus, doesn't it kind of make sense, like business-wise, for them to make sure that the most viable artists that they're able to get out on the streets to continue to create revenue for them?
Yeah, but that's not what happened.
No, but
I feel like Thug went through an emotional state where he wasn't fucking with him at first.
Yeah.
And time heals wounds when they emotional wounds, because he didn't give no extra information about you. He didn't tell about none of the shit that y'all had going on.
He just confirmed that YSL was indeed a criminal organization.
I mean, it's a lot of people before him that did.
Right, but that's
You get what I'm
the
saying?
main thing that they're holding him accountable
Yeah,
for, right?
you got Woody that's in the interrogation room singing his lights out about everything else, even though he had something to do with the hot one itself. You putting everybody up under the spotlight as gang members, et cetera, et cetera. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you started all this. Gunna got hit. They charged him YSL. He shut the fuck up. That day, he never took an interrogation with the police. His lawyer is a tail first lawyer that represented Clifford Harris, and they almost had him in the middle of some shit. Yeah, my boy Tip. That's
Tip.
You know what I'm saying? He represented Tip and had him in some bullshit too because of the way that he copped the plea. So the lawyer is a tail first lawyer.
Was that why T.I. had to do them commercials and all that shit? Like, was that?
I forgot what it was. Yeah, but I think it was something to do with what's his name, Drew Finley. That was the Drew guy, right? So all right, so he's a tell. You can tell him, like, I'm not gonna tell, but his first thing is gonna be like, whoop. So if it's something that's straddling the fence, and you got a naive first time offender right here, and it's straddling the fence, and like, look, you ain't telling, you ain't got to come to court, but you got to say this in your plea. A nigga like me would have told him after I looked at it, like, hey, check it out. We ain't gonna say these words in the plea deal. If you could get the DA to reword it to where I don't have to speak about nobody else's business in this courtroom, I'm accessible for taking the deal.
They wouldn't have got, I think that's what they wanted, though. They wanted that.
Because Duke, this is what I can say about young Duke, YSL Duke. Duke took his gang charges as being a rolling 60. Cuz went there and said, like, I'm not from YSL. If you gonna charge me with being from the gang, I'm from rolling 60. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with this
Which
shit.
I guess Gunna could have done that.
Yeah, but Duke been to jail. This ain't his first rodeo.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, in due time, all that shit will clear up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that nobody told, but the shit that Gunna did wasn't considered snitching. It was called, like he said, you folded, you copped the plea, you copped out.
Yeah.
You left us all here.
Yeah, you didn't really leave us, but like, nigga, we could have made the decision. It's a shit show though. That's why they apologizing now. Like, this shit full of shit. Nigga, my bad for calling you a snitch, nigga. If I could have got up out of here with that same plea deal, nigga, 2 years ago, I would have did it too.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you had 2-3 years worth of trial right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, cuz Thug would take that slander right now just to get out. Like, okay, I know I ain't tell.
And also, like, the so-called rules of engagements of the streets are oftentimes, like, there's so many situations that could come up that go against those rules, like the way, but they're not really being dishonorable, or they're not really, like, let's say there's been instances where two fools get caught up. One of them's about to get their third strike. Yeah. And he's like, hey, like, put it on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't have to I'll eat the charge. You can put it on me, get a reduced sentence. But, and then technically that fool's snitching.
That's snitching.
But it's
put it on me as telling.
Right. But that's verified. But, like, you know what I mean? Like,
but this is what some people do, and this is what Snoopy Badass is saying he's accused of. But I don't know. I'm not even siding with him on this case, but some people would say put it on me. Then later on, when it don't work and you living your life and they stuck, that nigga told on me, nigga. Like, you know you told on me, nigga. We like, cause only you and him know about this conversation. So on paper it looks bad.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
1000%.
Yeah, like, I've seen it happen. Yeah, I'm not saying in Snoopy case, but that's what he's trying to claim happened to him. Like, he had words with the dude. He told him to say this on the stand. He went and said what he wanted him to say on the stand. It didn't work, so now you a snitch. You get what I'm saying? Like, that ain't fair either. You get what I'm saying?
It's not. That's why I said things aren't always as cut and dry with these, like, supposed rules of engagement.
Where do you stand in the YSL? In the YSL
Free
drama
Spider.
period? I mean, that's the whitest shit you can say.
Yeah, Free Spider.
Fucking Randy.
Gunna being a switch, I mean, like, I mean, he didn't really tell anybody, but like you said, like, he left all his homies.
No, I'm just saying, like, is it fuck Gunna, or is it like when you first heard of the shit, were you like bummed out about it, like fuck?
Definitely
Gunna?
bummed out, but I'm not like fuck Gunna.
At first you were.
At first I'm just like, damn, that's like whack, cause that's his boy. It's like,
yeah.
Jeff. You know what I'm saying? Like he like
big
put you
homie.
on. Like you would not be in the position you're in if it wasn't for him. So like,
100%.
I mean, at the end of the day,
And he wouldn't be in the position. Thug wouldn't be in the position he's in without Gunna either. Let's call it a spade a spade. He put you on. Jay put you on. X made you hot. Now you what? Nah, but Gunna kind of.
Yeah,
That was a power move of him
sure.
to put him on.
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go
That brought him into the executive space.
Yeah.
He's actually putting on artists that are really successful.
Really good. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's a plus. But at the end of the day, like you felt like Gunna had deceived his crew at first.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
How are we supposed to look at it different from the outside, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, me just knowing law, I was already on that. Like I'm like, it's some bullshit. But if you go to our DMs for when it first happened, I'm like, call me, cuz, so I can tell you what you did.
Yeah.
Because you're letting people tell you that you snitched. Like, call me,
yeah.
so I can let you know what you did do. And I let him know what he did do. Like, you didn't tell, nigga, but nigga, it's some some dishonorable shit that took place.
And I don't know too much of Gunner's, like, street history, but from my perception...
Gunner's right there. We're talking about Gunna.
Yeah, Gunner with the A. You feel me? Yeah. I don't hard R it.
Oh shit.
That full Gunna.
That's true.
When we ultimate.
Oh shit.
Nah, he like I don't even remember what the fuck I was finna say.
You was the Gunna. I don't know. You the hard R fucked it up.
No, like I don't know too much about his street history like that, but I never really had the perception of him as a super like
Gangster.
I knew where he was from and I knew what he
Yeah.
claimed, but I never thought that he was a guy like that. So my initial
Crazy
reaction,
part is, cuz ain't no bitch. Like
No, I don't
Gunna
think-
was with this shit before the music shit. Like not like that. Like really like in LA, like kicking it with the homies on the block, 11th Avenue, nigga, Saucin and Crenshaw, the Overhills, nigga. Every time he touched down, he wanted to be with us. Like it ain't no go do no Hollywood shit. Like we going to the hood, who got the lead? Nigga might squabble, cousin caught fades on the block and all that shit.
he's like, I want to go to Delilah, guys. Why the fuck
Like with
what
the-
you got me over here doing? Like,
Yeah, like you get what I'm saying? Like, nah, he never wanted that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why the whole city, if you notice when Gunna got put on to the rap shit, that's when you really see, like Slime was already here, but that's when they were like embedded her. When they was like right
embedded
here,
her,
yeah. They was getting houses and shit out here because we was already homies, even with Slime, but Slime was already on. But you gotta think, Gunna was thugging it with us. So when he start like rapping and all that shit, like nigga, he like, yeah, I'm about to go back to the land. Like I've been fucking with niggas since I was broke. Like I'm about to go kick it over here. Like I record my album out here with the Lokes. Like it's
see,
good.
I never would have had that perception.
Yeah, and that's when YSL like really like, all right, well you gonna stay here too. All right, I'm gonna get a studio out here. So they had the YSL studio in Burbank, like right around the corner.
I think they really tried to, I don't want to say like cleaned up his image in the sense that they emphasized other aspects of his personality. They wanted to make him like a fly, like, you know, drip
Yeah,
god.
the drip
with,
guy. Yeah. But that was a good thing though.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
Yeah.
a great thing.
Yeah.
But that's why the general consensus wasn't like Gunner's like King
Super
Von out
gangster,
here. Yeah.
I never got that vibe either.
Yeah.
So my initial thought when I was like, damn, this poor
I ain't
kid.
saying he was just a kid. Like Slide might be up more, by, I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying he was just a gangster.
No, but you're saying
but he was with the shit though. Like,
yeah, more
like,
than I would have thought. Like,
yeah,
to
like he
the
got
point
a real
where-
put on
like
type shit.
Okay, see, like to the point where when I heard that Gunna was wrapped up in this indictment, I was like, oh, this poor kid. You know what I mean? Like, like this guy, why is he? You know.
But it is this poor kid because anytime a Crip get caught up in a blood indictment, like you that's like cruelty, whatever. What is it called? What am I trying to say?
Cruel and unusual?
Yeah, cruel and unusual punishment. Because nigga, how could you even say that this is a gang indictment, but you're putting the ops in on the indictment with these people? Like that right
That's your
there
co-defendant.
debunks everything that you trying to say.
Yeah.
You saying that they doing this for the benefit of the gang. What gang?
Yeah,
Both of them?
We're not in the same one.
Because he brings in a heavy income, and that was that supposed to be distributed out to this side of the gang, and you distribute, like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, it can't all be for the benefit of YSL, the street gang. So, you know what I mean? I feel like the lawyers don't really like. I would have got Fonnie Willis off the case, off the rip. Her last case as a regular lawyer, she was defending YSL Mondo.
Yeah, which they did get rid of her, didn't they? Like,
Did she go?
Yeah, I thought,
Yeah.
Once
Well,
that came to light, but they should have been on that sooner.
yeah, that's why I'm like the lawyers, but you can always hold that information and then bring it out when it's mistrial time. Like when the case is over, like, well, we just found out that she represented the co-founder at YSL. She might have had intel from him.
So all
about
this
the shit that's
evidence
going
that
on.
she introduced, a lot of it's compromised now. And
Yeah, because if I'm trying to beat a case and I'm telling you, like, I co-founded YSL, we a street gang on Cleveland, like, you know what I'm saying, we bloods, and you my lawyer, so I'm telling you all type of shit, like, we killed our boy over there, you know what I'm saying, we killed that, we did this, that, the other, then bitch, you the DA, and turn around and use that shit against us, like, come on, man.
yeah, no,
That ain't cool, like, you know what I mean? But I guess there's been another one not like the other one.
Come
y'all
on,
got
man.
some other shit y'all want to talk about, man?
shit. I guess we gonna see y'all on that damn music stream.
When is
Music
that?
streaming with us?
Yeah.
In like 15 minutes.
Let's go.
No Jumper, the coolest podcast, man. It's been the No Jumper show, the Tuesday edition with my boy Lush, O-N-D, and the Gunner Man, not the Wonder Man.
Me.
Bricc, not the trick. We out this.
Sheesh. Yeah.